Oh, I see a one. I see a one. This is like fishing. Morning, Carlos. Yeah, all's well. Hope you can hear me. Yep, it's open to come up anytime you want. Anybody? Ooh, I'm doing great, Donna. I'm doing good. I just got this another excuse me, job interview happened there 2 days ago, so you can know that anxiety from that. I don't know. I don't count my chickens before they hatch, but other than that, I'm always just peachy every day. Oh, I've seen a four there. Now it's down to two. Thank you. Oh, seasons of change. Seasons of change. I see a three. I see a four. Good morning. Good morning. Go check out the sunset. Rise, I mean, sunset. Customer. Mm-hmm. Hot day, clear skies. It's cold. Whew, cold in the morning. Wow. Too chilly without a shirt out here. I need my shirt on anyway. Whew. Here we go. I see a 4 there. Good morning, other people, lurkers, watchers, folks in the cheap seats. Hey, Native Inchen. Good morning, man. Good morning, brother. Boo. Man, it's cold out here. I never checked the temperature, but just boot. 15 degrees Celsius. Jenny, 8675309. There's I don't know if I ever told you that. There's a town just right beside us named Corona, and their number is at 867. But people always tried to call that number to fucking bug people. Uh, oh, that was some zipper. If you have a great imagination, yeah, it was a crazy zipper. Wow, I don't think I'll be out here too long. Let me do this here. I don't know if I go sideways. Oh, wow. Look at this shit. That's a better view. Look at that. Wow. That's disgusting. There we go. Oops. That's fucking disgusting. Wow. Pounds on orange peppers. Low. Must be 7:30. Huh. Go in here. Okay, Donna. Wow, I can't believe how fast the. Oh, that's cold out there. Wow, I know it's Canada, but I gotta put a sweater on and take my shorts off. That's when the winter blues start sinking in already. I'm just kidding. I'm an outdoors person no matter what. People are really gonna have cabin fever this year. It's going to be a crazy winter. If anybody knows about cabin fever, oh, especially the lack of sunlight, lack of communications, depression's already there for most of the world. Oh man, it's not going to be good. Got 7 people. Anybody want to come up and talk? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's see if we can snag up for the morning tea. I always need my cinnamon and ginseng. We came in. That's why I don't really fast, but I'm doing good just nibbling on peanuts now instead of eating. The emptier my bowels are, the better. I just drink a lot of tea. What's that noise? Wow, I think I might have to roll another wake and bake. I'm out of sync. I think the Matrix is trying to grab me and suck me back in. Never. That's a dog. Thursday the 3rd. Thursday the 3rd. Got some Gorilla Glue. Hey, good morning, Phoenix Fox. How's it going, brother? That's awesome. Sanitarium radio. That's awesome. Yeah, just like alternative. I don't even care if we call it conspiracy theory, open-minded conspiracy theories. Hey, CDS or CSD. Good morning, my friend. Voynich. Voy. He's not here. Darcy, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm all about for myself is I glimpse at the news so I can keep my frame of mind, so I can base off other things to keep the situation, like conversations going or whatever. But just open minded, not quite like the Bushman I used to be, and not pay attention to too much. But I have to teach my kids how to live in this new shit. So that's all my dedication is, just to helping people with their minds. Let me see if I can put this up. Put you guys as moderators. Everybody got a moderator? Yeah. Oh. Stacy Franklin. Good day to you. And a fresh day at that. Very nice to meet you. There we go. Right on. Let's see if we can get going here. We get the frequency flowing. We get the tingles in the fingers. Just bam, get our minds exploding. Hey, how come that didn't come up? Paul, always nice to see you. Curious Mind too. Oh, how come this didn't come up? Moderator. So sad. Sanitarium should be coming up moderator. Okay, that one's working. Thank you. Yes, and everybody that does watch my videos, thank you very much for watching them. I enjoy making them every day. Something to do. Keeps my mind off stuff. It's nice when it's a hobby instead of like a job kind of feeling. The Curious Mind. Oh, your main channel. Yeah. Oh shoot, I never even checked. Let's put that in there. There we go. Yeah, if anybody has something on their mind to break down or analyze, just come on up, hit that link, and just follow the thing. I don't mind. I'll talk to you. Anything you got on your mind, venting, just a thought. You got a curious mind? I got a curious mind too. In the chat. I'm just kidding. I had to say it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, man. Every day, every time I look at a sprayed trail up there, I'm just hoping it's not affecting anything too bad because it's it's like everybody knows, but nobody will do nothing. It's a crazy feeling. Anybody who knows anything about that stuff, we could have done something about it by now. So that's why I just say we got to go with the flow. We can't control nothing but ourselves. That's been my motto my whole life, but especially since I snapped out of the matrix way of thinking and living. Yeah. Oh, what you hold your stuff down for? I see, curious mind. Yeah, that's why I try to leave most of the news unless it's like a quick little, you know. Eventually, I might put a clip up here, but I know with me, if I give them any chance, they'll mess with my channel too. I know that. That's just like an open panel to keep my mind open and fresh and. Mm-hmm. Thanks, John. Can't put an end to this. Yeah. That's when you know hope doesn't help. It only gives you a false sense of security for a time being. If you don't have your intuition involved with it, you still got to see. Like my grandmother spent how many years under shell shock in in England, like homes like across the road getting demolished. The people that you know are gone, and you don't know when it's your turn. They said expect the worst in life, especially when it's not. If you expect the worst, you overcome it. If the worst doesn't happen, you're always on a positive note. So instead of thinking the worst is going to happen, expect it. Expect it, but stay in your frequency. And if the worst, it's just like a normal flow because we can't control anything that does happen besides what we do. But so instead of not paying attention to much, you're actually focused while you're not paying attention to the crap in life. Mm-hmm. Yep. There's nobody in the room there. Boy, don't want to come up and talk with me this morning. So you want to come and pick my brain? I'm gonna pick somebody else's brain. 13 great peeps watching. Yeah, I witnessed some crazy stuff up in those skies. Can only show so much or do so much to be able to have a channel going without getting harassed. Yeah, raining. Yeah, rain. Whew. See, I could only, well, after I walked around in the grass, my feet are frozen. I had to go ground myself no matter what, but whew, got to get adjusted to that coolness. Carly, all the way from Bavaria. How's it going, brother? Of course, it's nice weather there, even if it's raining. Ah, fire in the hole. Right. That's Darcy. That's just the best. It's just open-minded thought. Just how friends should be. We'll let those other people stay on repeat. I don't like to do the same thing over and over again. I got to have different. Well, I'll slowly work some pictures maybe into this and see how it goes. But it's always been nice. I sit there and I think, if somebody wants to talk that doesn't get a chance to talk to anybody for a bit, that just, that change. Hey, I haven't done LSD for a lot of years, if that's right. Zing. Although I medicate on cannabis every day, all day, from from when I wake up to when I go to sleep. Oops. No Scott yet. They can. I'm gonna have to go check that out. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, that song. And because our breakdown is that the world's a mechanical, right? Our far-fetched, whatever you may want to call it. The world's like a mechanical engine. That's just like a computer with a motherboard with all the ley lines underneath us and all the connections through all the volcanoes and all the pyramids. And what does all the songs talk about? The wheel in the sky keeps on turning, wheels and cogs and shit like that. I look more towards a mechanical world than what they try to make me think of cows jumping over moons and shit like that. Morning, Mark. Whoop. SMS. Hey. Did I miss anybody? Oh shoot, that should be moderator. Okay, that's moderator. Hey, that still never came out as. Maybe they'll switch next time. Add moderator. Curious mod. Add moderator. Code. I'm going to come up and get this talk fest going through this wake and bake. Oh, I have to put that in there again. How come Darcy's not staying moderator? Darcy's now moderator channel. Huh. Lalas, good morning. How are you feeling today? I hope your pain has subsided as much as possible. I wish. Morning, Heidi. Very nice to see you too. Yeah, we're rocking. We got 18. But I still haven't snagged up a conversation yet. I'm a little lost for words sometimes, I think. Bunky! it's Sasquatch Bunky. Do we have any takers? Smoky situation. I wish I could pass this to you. That's how I see it, Lalas. My energy of goodness is the only thing that can pull me. That blue dreaming. No, you're all good. Is your thing coming up? It's coming up. I'm sorry about that, Darcy. I don't know. Thing's not staying as a moderator. It's the only one that's not staying. Curious Mind 2 was doing that too, I guess. I just don't see what's going on there. Add a moderator. Well, nobody should mess with you anyways. I just like everybody to feel normal, the same, not left out. No, it's more than just. It's just about making everybody feel the same. So I give all the blue. I don't want anybody to feel any different in the chat, but at least if it's addressed, then you know that everybody could be. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Night train, yeah. Just those trolls away easily. Let me get back to here. Nobody wants to come up and chat. That's all good. Heidi, you got anything on your mind today? You're in slow mode. Yeah, I seen that. Oh yeah, Curious Mind. I know it. I know it. There's not too many chats I can actually talk in. Like when I go to whatchamacallit, The Truth is Stranger in Fiction, now called his channel 5gdangers.com, and he's telling everybody they're dying soon and bitches, and I get in that chat, I'm like, loot, and everybody's like, what? And then I get banned really fast. BB. Nice to meet you. Very nice. I haven't seen that before. I was trying to register if I thought seen it before or not. Thank you for showing up. Coach, you want to come up and talk, brother? I don't know if anybody's tried it or not. The Squatch. Yeah, we survived 2020. That'd be funny. Well, I hope it doesn't get any crazier than 2020, but it's looking. Oh, I see somebody. There he is.
Yay. Hey,
I snagged you up from the UK, all the way from the UK, everybody.
Or get out the cheap seats.
I knew you were hanging back there. I knew you wanted to talk. It's always fun to talk through Wake and Bake, huh?
Yeah. I thought I'd come up and see you. You always come up on mine, so yeah.
Yeah, I get a little stuck for words once I get on a roll.
Yeah, that's how it goes. I don't want to force it, innit? So see what comes up.
Yeah, one day I'll probably start thinking about, like, I see how you do the code night. You know what I mean? You'll talk about a little bit of things and break it down, and then but the other night, it's fun to do it every day because just to have friends hanging out every day is kind of neat.
Yeah, that's it. If I could do it every day, I would. I mean, every other night, I seem to be doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then hopefully jump on here, Tony's and that.
I like to keep myself busy that way. It's really fulfilled a lot. I avoid it. Like, I won't miss it because I don't get attached too much. I'm already attached to you guys enough that if anything got cut, all you guys are already in my mind. I'll be like, so that's a thought. Instead of thinking, oh, I'll never see them again or talk to them again. You know what? I'm like, I'm glad I've talked to those people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
That's the
sure.
best. This connecting. That there's normal people that aren't um, spending their whole day staring at the TV and getting all.
See, we've been there, haven't we? So we know what it's like.
Yeah,
When you can free your mind a bit, so much better place. And then you
yeah.
feel it from other people. You know whether they're awakened enough or not, or out of their mind.
Mm-hmm.
Feel it.
Especially when I had 20 people in chat and I start talking about the Earth being a mechanical ball, a mechanical wheel underneath that's spinning like cogs, like that's where they got the
Yeah.
idea for you got the idea for a clock, right? The wheel
Yeah.
in the sky keeps on turning, this here and that. You know what I mean? It's all matching
Yeah.
up to. So
Yeah.
that's how I break it all down. I'm like, I'll go the other way from what they tell me, exact opposite. But I'll still
Yeah.
follow rules. I'll still follow this, the law of the jungle, right?
Yeah. It's like you're playing the game.
I won't break any laws, but I still don't think about them because I won't do it. I don't, you know what I mean? But once people start thinking about it, then they're locked. They're like, I see people at work and they're like scared. I'm like, you know, you can go do this and this and this. And they're like, really? Well, it's called limitations, but they don't want you to know that. Right. So some people,
Yeah.
once they figure out limitations, they go too far. That's when they'll start stealing from a store. They got it all set up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when you go too far. But you can take it to the limit and just, you know, just go with what you know.
Yeah, exactly that.
Um,
BB.
favorite lice shampoo. I've had to deal with that crap, man. I got 3 daughters with long hair.
Or do they put dye in their hair?
No, I can't remember what that one's called.
Yeah, they
I
love
think
dye in
that,
their hair.
well, my middle daughter does. She did her bangs red, bright red. Now she wants to go one color, another color. But I told them they can do whatever they want, man. I'm not their boss. I'm their teacher.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it.
And then
Yeah.
once you let them do that, I said, I tell them you go run the streets. You can go hang out with your friends all the time if you want, but you're going to miss it on this knowledge.
Yeah. No, you're right. You teach them really good, though. You do. You really do. I like what you do. And a bit of like that discipline in the martial arts, if you will, because
Yeah.
it's good having a bit of discipline
Well, just
in that sort of way.
knowing that how these sissy men are nowadays. I don't want them pushing my daughters around. I knew they wouldn't, but I want my daughters to be able to take care of these sissy men that hit these other women. You know what I mean? I said, don't be scared. If you see a man hit a woman, take it. Give him a good one, because the cops will laugh at the guy for getting beat up by you because you stuck up for that woman. I said, but only if you have to protect a person. Other than that, you don't want to get in trouble. You don't want to get fined, thrown in jail, right? So I just talk like my master, my senseis did for me. I was not allowed to take it onto the street because people don't know what they're doing. Right? Yeah. I could punch a person in the eyeball before they even got their hands up. You know what I mean? So I just knew that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I know you got the moves. I know it.
And these sissy kids, these kids are growing up. They're watching porn with no foreplay, right? And stuff like that. So I've told my daughters, I know what they're around, what they see, and I tell them, I said, whatever you see on there is not. I don't talk about it. But I said, these boys, they're just like little doggies. All they want to do is that little dog that got onto your leg. That's all it's all about. So you want to keep your temple clean and your body clear, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So they know that. That's all I've ever said. I don't talk about any nitty gritty. I'm just like, well, you guys know what you guys see and what the boys talk about and everything.
Yeah. Wow.
So I address everything as much as possible. The more you can open their mind and take away the curiosity, right?
Yeah.
If you can take away the curiosity and keep your kids busy where they don't need to feel, I got to go to my friends because this sucks here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, boredom. If they say they're bored, I think I laugh because I'll never get bored.
Right. That means they're not using their free thinking mind.
Exactly. Yeah. Because you can't get bored, can you?
No. Not when small things can amuse small minds. Or you know what? How they say that programming shit. Everything is interesting. Everything is interesting. Like, I just look at my. Well, some things I already know, but when I look at my smoking tin that I roll on, it's tin, right? So you got to know how they press that tin. So when you look at it, you know how they press the tin to make the edges on it, right? So your mind is supposed to think that shit. How did they do that? How did they do this?
The design,
not just look at it and go, oh, that's cool.
That's a
Instead of thinking, what went into that, right?
Yeah.
And that's when you pay attention to every minute. Like, we're supposed to pay attention to every second of our life, and that's why everybody's life seems to, it's flying by. Well, it's flying by because you're not paying attention to it.
Exactly.
Right? And
that's what I say
it.
to myself. You know, I called it checking in on myself, because sometimes 3 hours could go by and you ain't checked in on yourself, and you're like, wow, you're not in your mind, if you will.
Right. I think that's when we kind of drift into our, what do they call it, the Mandela self. You can wake up as your other self some days, and you have to dig deep to pull yourself back out of the back of your mind.
Yeah. That's when I've had a long sleep. That happens to me, like an 8 hour, 10 hour. Oh, I don't like that. 2 hours, I'm back in. Yeah, I'm connected. Yeah, strange that.
And I know doing this, I would say fasting, 16-hour fast, just drinking tea. But I guess it's not fasting, but just keeping the.
Yeah, sort of.
It's all about keeping everything flowing.
Yeah, flowing.
Even in the body, right?
In a pattern. Yeah, like a little pattern going on. Like, so it's not too much of anything anywhere. So it's nice flow. Because I don't choose when to eat. I ain't got set times for food. You know what I mean? When I'm hungry, I just eat, and it's normally small. So I'm not a big eater. I've never have been.
Yeah.
And that's how I am with, apart from smoking. That's it. That's all. That's my only worry, I'll say. Or, if I've got a worry.
I know that. Good thing for vaping. If I never ever tried the vape, I would have never ever quit smoking cigarettes. I would have tried
a vape.
I would have been done with cigarettes. And when I was smoking, I would just 1 out of every 5 maybe was all right. It tasted all right for me. Like, if I could go that long time without having one, that's the only time I really enjoyed it. But I don't know if anybody started when they were young, but I was like freaking 11 years old, man. Smoking for 30 years. 12, it was just like,
something like that. I mean, my mum used to smoke.
I thought I had
to. A little bit of hers, and I was like, ooh.
All the people I grew up with were smokers and drinkers, so I thought I was automatically supposed to be a smoker and a drinker. And then I finally made it my own choice that I didn't want to be I don't want another hangover ever in my life, man. I can't believe I put myself through that shit.
I can't drink. My body don't like it. It never has done. And I knew I weren't going to take like heroin and all that after watching everyone around me take it.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah. So it's good, really. And they're all idiots. They were all dumb, don't know anything. So I was just brought up with all, thick people. So I've had to find myself from a young age. But inside what's right from wrong. No, it's innately inside. And that's all I've had to do. No one's taught me anything. I've had to teach myself. And I wouldn't be the person I am today. So I'm happy. Anything was happened. Yeah, anything was happened. I'll take the positives out of it. That's what you learn. Oh, JMO in the building. Yeah, I like JMO. How are we doing?
It's nice. We've had over 20 people on Thursday morning.
Blimey,
hanging out, chatting it up.
Hey.
Get the flow going there. 10 minutes before I snagged up. I can't even remember now. I'm stoned now.
How long you been on it? 52 minutes.
52, yeah.
Yeah. I'm awake. I thought, yes, I'm up. I can check MacMan out.
Cool.
Yeah, we're all good, JMO. We're just getting the frequency going.
Mm-hmm. It's a good way to start out the day. Fuck,
Yeah.
some mornings can be very long.
Well, for me, time is just flying though. Every day is.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me.
First husband.
Yeah. Yeah, I have, what is it? I think I quit drinking 10 years ago. When I drank, I was, yeah, I would have beer. I would have 6 for breakfast. A doobie and 2 beers. As soon as I woke up, bam, while I'm sipping on my coffee.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how it was.
But
Especially
you wonder
when
how
I was
you done it.
when I was working. I would have tall boy at lunch and a cooler full of beer. That's just how I was. If I'm gonna treat myself to it, I was just that kind of person, right? But I
Yeah.
had the money to do it, and as long as like, well, I guess most construction workers were like that.
I'll see, but I'll see your numbers
Oh, you
and
can
like
say whatever you want,
you're number 8,
Darcy.
so they like expansion and like experiencing loads of things.
Yes, and like my
Abundance.
Scorpio stuff says that too, right?
Yeah, that's what we're that's what we're
When I
about.
read about Scorpio, how you want to
Mr.
connect, you're an extrovert, and you just want to
see everyone
always
else
keep a
happy.
flow,
Almost.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's true, that shit, man.
It is.
I'm exactly who you get right here. I'm not gonna try to stand out and go, hey, can everybody send me stuff so I could do opening greets and package opening and shit like that? Like, give me a break. I'm not that kind of the
that
Matrix
feels like,
person.
doesn't it?
You know what I
that's
mean?
all like, that's all feels dirty, all that.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
you'll
see some of
expose
them.
yourself, won't you?
I'm like,
6
what?
months will go by and they'll be like, it's a different person.
It's nice to get, something, but when it's a natural thing to do that,
Yeah, authentically
like, wow.
given.
Yeah.
I've had the odd gift sent to me and I'm like, wow, why would you do that? But I know that's come from their heart. So
yeah, rather than people trying to stand out. You know what I mean? I do this for everybody to stand out.
Yeah,
right?
I want other peeps, to come up and say their thing. And I like hiding, really, anyway. I want to be seen but not heard, or, not that way.
Get something off your mind that's not like, there's you go to chats and it's just, you can sit there for a bit and watch like Mike Morales chat and you watch the weather. And other ones, though, there's not it's not community. People are just writing down things that they know, and they're saying that it's the end all be all. There's no real community. There's no like conversation going on.
Yeah, it's like there's
people
the
just writing random things.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, we know the answer already.
So this right here,
it's
just connecting friends. We're not meaning no harm. Connecting friends and changing lives one day at a time, right?
Yeah, sharing experiences, because then people know that they're not on their own. They've had a similar experience and they've seen others move on. So it can, it helps yourself move on even. I don't know. You never know what you do you?
Right. Well, really. That's why I tell everybody, you never know what you know till you actually need to know it. Right?
Yeah.
So never doubt yourself. Never. Because some of the things that have come out of my mouth or my brain, I'm like, how the fuck did that come out of there? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It just come out and somebody's looking at me. I'm like, yeah. I just said that, but deep down, I don't know where it came from.
Yeah. I know, I've been there. Yeah, I said it on a video and even heard it back, and I've nodded, gone, yeah, and I went, oh, that's me. Oh, that's crazy. What's that in chat?
Yeah.
Glaze over your eyes. Yeah, that's the veil.
Yeah, expectations, and overthinking the situation. We can be our own worst enemies if we go against the flow. right? If your
Definitely.
mind
Yeah.
thinks it and it's not bad, you got to do it,
You're gonna manifest.
right? Even if it's like I tell myself, even if it's a walk, if I get a vision to go just go shoot the basketball, I go jump up and do it, even if it's for 10 minutes. It's
Mm.
what my
Yeah.
insides are.
You got
And
to
you
do
could,
it in that moment. You got to jump straight up, though, haven't you? Because
yeah,
otherwise, you'll procrastinate and then you won't do it.
yeah,
So
you'll find it.
that's
We'll
yeah,
find a way
find
to
an
say, "Oh,
excuse.
I'm already happy enough. I don't need to do that."
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
And that's
yeah,
called what I call sugarcoating the situation for
yeah,
ourselves,
yeah,
for
yeah.
ourselves, right?
We've all done it. Yeah, you go tomorrow, tomorrow. Then you say, "What am I saying tomorrow?" Sugarcoat. But that's what happens, though. That if you ever doubt anything, it will lead to fear. That will always lead to fear in something. So
Hmm.
don't, if you doubt yourself, you're gonna fear it. Oh, that's gonna happen to me, or I don't fear nothing, but I
Yeah,
cover the bases. You cover it to say, oh, it could easily go wrong here. So if it does, I've sort of got a plan B, if you will, and then it'll roll smooth. It's like
I
you've
um
covered it almost, probabilities.
I did charge forward with the liquid courage though. Like nobody could tell I was drinking because my focus that I had, my
Mm,
my drinking focus was just to make me blend in with the rest of the world. Mine
yeah,
wasn't about getting rid of fighting off anything. Mine was just
yeah,
because I couldn't have a conversation. I could
mm,
not. I could not talk about like this to anybody except for my daughters.
right,
So I know that well, they're getting this. They're getting the softness from a
mm,
dad that can kick anybody's butt. You know what I mean? So in
yeah,
their mind, I'm this Superman, a guy that, but I'm soft. I let my insides like. I knew right off the bat I'm gonna have to be dad, mom, dad. You know, dad, mom, the
mm,
same. But
yeah,
I've seen dads just try to be the dad, and what happens to the girls? They take advantage of that, and they still they go wild and loose. Next thing you know, the dad's in the house and the girls are running the house, and they got
mm,
boys there and they're partying. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I had to
yeah,
do the other part where I'm like, I had to connect with them, do the drawing, do their homework, you know what I mean? Just
mm. Yeah. You got to, yeah, yeah. You ain't
stay
got to, but
connected.
I've done the
Because I
same.
watch all the other
Mm,
kids. The other kids, they walk down the streets, the kids the same age, and you know what happens when
mm,
14-year-old, 15-year-old kids are hanging out at other people's houses with no
yeah,
parents around, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
my kids know that, right?
yeah.
And
Cool.
I
Yours
was
is
like,
similar to mine. Yeah.
I tell them, I said, you're not missing nothing. I said, you want to have your
Mm,
holding hands with a boy when you're older, when you can experience it, when you know the feeling, and you
mm.
can suck it up instead of just taking it for granted,
And know
right?
who they are more, yeah, as well. So he can't impress them with, small mindedness, if you will.
Yeah, I don't talk like I know for myself. I was a sensual guy, but I practiced kissing a lot growing
Mm,
up. You know what I
mm,
mean? I wasn't into the other stuff because it just didn't make
yeah.
any sense, right? And I
Mm,
don't mind even saying that. And it
yeah.
helped.
Yeah.
And that helped for the other part later on, right? For the foreplay and stuff. You don't realize it, but that's the part you need.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah. You do.
connection,
Yeah.
right?
That
Anybody
is
can
it.
pull that out
The
and
other shit off. Yeah.
yeah, that's easy, that part. But staying
Yeah.
connected to where you get the
Mm,
tingles every time,
I don't. Yeah.
you know
You
what,
want
you
that
try to
369. Yeah.
yeah, like when some couples they say, I'm fall in love every day I see my wife, you know what I mean?
Mm,
I try to keep that feeling. I try to keep that feeling to
yeah.
everybody. Like
Yeah.
every time I see somebody, people are like, and if you make eye contact with me when I'm sitting in the car in
Mm.
traffic, I'm going to talk to you. I will
Oh, right.
say,
Yeah.
"How's it go, man?"
How you
And people
going? How
just
you doing? Yeah.
the shock on their face. Even my kids, they duck in the car. I'm like, "It's a very good day, eh?"
Yeah. They
And
go,
they're
you
like,
talk
"Yeah."
to anyone. Yeah.
I said, "Oh, did I say that?" I meant it's excellent day. Some days are just a little bit better. It seems, right? And they're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, yeah." I don't know if I changed their life or, but
I feel it in the air. Don't you feel it in the air when you leave? I
yeah,
do. I think it's one of them. I can feel it. I don't know. And it's a flow day. Yeah, it's funny.
yeah. So I get to raise my daughters how I want it,
Yeah, that's
with no
great.
with
Yeah.
their mother not around.
Mm,
Their mother was in zombie zone. She was a
like them.
consumer, total consumer.
Yeah. I was with one of them. Yeah.
Like
Bit
I tell you,
narcissistic.
one year we had 8 hours of opening Christmas presents, and we had to put some stuff away for next year.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've,
man, that's how bad it was. Bad. It was just bad.
Yeah, I know
And
it gets silly. I remember them days. Presents packed up like,
mm-hmm.
I thought, do you need all these? And you film it, you video film it to show off, you know.
Yeah. Oh, it was a long morning or a
Oh,
long.
yeah, it was long. Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
man. Well,
headache.
she also was buying stuff, but when I wasn't there, this was the one when I didn't live there. So there's a thing Christmas for everyone shit and adopt
Yeah.
a family. So she got this Christmas thing, and then people buy this and they give you cards. Oh man, I'm just like, you're gonna take my girls and make them think that they need to expect a birthday or Christmas or something to have a happy day. That messes me
Yeah.
up, man.
Yeah.
People just look at me. I'm like, what? Every day is supposed to be a fun day, man. You don't wait.
Exactly.
I can't wait for my birthday. What? It's gonna be a party. Well, fuck, go party that day when you feel good.
Yeah.
Go, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It always goes wrong for me anyway. If I set a time and date, like something gets in the way. Even when I try and do a live, like if you ask me when I'm going live, it won't happen. So it's better when no one asks and I just do it. Telling you.
Yeah.
It just goes wrong. Yeah, don't like time. Chronos.
No. Or grown-ups. I don't like grown-ups.
Yeah. I
Those
like
old
kids
people
best.
suck.
Yeah. Kids and animals.
I can, even at 45, I could be around like 60-year-old people, and if I had a good shave, just the way I am, I'd be at work or anywhere. There's like, I would take this young guy, as a partner to do a job or whatever. I'm like, man, I'm 15 years older than this other guy. He just called me young, you know what I mean? But they sense it in your aura instead of total, you know what I mean? But now they got a couple grays showing in my beard. It's a little bit different. But I owe that to my grandmother. She had me using cell energizing formulas and stuff growing up. So I went to, I've had those people that guess your age, try to guess my age. They're always way off.
Yeah.
10 years. And I know if you think you're younger than you are, your heart will stay like that. I refuse to grow up with what the Matrix wants me to grow up.
Exactly.
Like the Golden Girls, I'm not going to sit at a table with my glasses on the end of my nose reading a newspaper. Never.
In your slippers, yeah. It's funny though. I do. I'm walk about and I see and I think I'm still 20. I do, because I see someone who's about 50 get on the bus, and yet he's my age nearly. I'm still jumping over the barriers, when you get you have to cross the road and there's them railings or whatever. Yeah, I can hop over them still, like I'm still 15 or whatever. And you see younger people struggling, or they're overweight or whatnot. I'm still slim. I've been the same weight my whole life, honestly. Since I got an adult, I haven't changed my weight.
I think I kind of stayed maybe like I was 18, but and let my wisdom happen, right?
Yeah.
I used to say that my whole life, man. People, they give me a thing that says I have to age, but I'm never going to grow up. You can't force me to grow up.
Yeah, when they say you got to, I want to do the opposite.
Yeah. Like, time to grow up. What are you talking about? I already am growing up.
I've never believed in anything. Always think they might be lying, or is that true? Anything that's ever been said to me, I can't help it.
Time to be me, right?
Yeah. Because you rather be, if you were wrong, right, you're only wronging yourself. You ain't wrong from what someone else told you is true and you've gone with it. Nah.
And the best feeling in the world is when you're totally feeling like you and you have the struggle. Like you got to dig, to get money and to, you know what I mean? If you don't have to take care of anybody else, that's the ultimate feeling, where you're willing to do anything it takes to feed yourself, but still, push forward and not be giving up kind of shit.
Yeah, not let that hold you back. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I felt at my best, man. I would take something out of the garbage and sell it. One man's trash is another man's treasure, right?
Yeah,
I've
I've done
done
that
that.
recently. I've had to do that recently.
I seen like a
Get rid of
scooter. I'm
stuff.
like, if that thing works, I want it. I take it and it
Yeah.
works. I'm like, that's what I did when I'm younger. Like, I could sell that.
Mm.
And even drinking. I know I could. Ooh, we have a
Yeah.
taker.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I don't know how long you've been there.
Oh, Voynich.
Hey, man, I just got here.
Oh, okay. Okay. I get carried away. I'm kind of medicated, they call it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Did your medicine?
I switched to some Gorilla Glue this morning. It's got a totally different buzz than that pink Kush.
Mm.
Kind of feel like I'm on a boat.
Oh, I want some. I've just got this Star Dog. Yeah, ain't all that, but it ain't
Is
my
it?
normal. Ain't my normal supplier. Yeah, gutted. Because we ain't got my phone, I can't get his number up. So
Huh.
I'm pretty done at the moment.
Is that like a sativa then?
Yeah, I think
More
it
of
is.
a
Yeah.
more of
Yeah.
that. Yeah, but sometimes some people think they're like, oh, this weed shit. No, it's just because it's I've had to teach people that because they think it's all the same, right?
No, it's a
There's some of
mindset.
it does so many different things.
Yeah.
One will get your head, one will do your body, one will
Do your
do both.
body. I'll say that's more medicinal, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, when it does my body. Yeah. I like the head one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blow my head off. How we doing, Sasquatch? How we doing, Marky Mark? I wonder if he's on a walk. Yeah. I need to roll another one, I think.
Oh, Authentic Max, good morning. I wanted to do that with my dad, but he was so independent that he wouldn't ever live with me. I told him he can save all his money and live with it. But I think it's good that people take care of their parents the best they can.
Yeah.
That's what we're supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to do as natural animals of this earth.
Yeah.
And creations. We're supposed to take care of our parents.
Each other,
As soon as we evolve to the thinking part, we're supposed to run like wild, like animals still, but we're supposed to take care of them, and then we're supposed to teach our kids to take care of us, right? And that's how it's always been, and they took all that shit away, put them in the homes, take this, take that. It's just all about taking that little extra money, just giving you enough to strive forward, to keep you in that realm of, I'm just about there. I'm just about there.
All I need
But yeah,
is a recreational vehicle, and a boat, and a bigger boat. Yeah.
mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody I know that does take care of their parents, they have that extra help for child watching. I know. I learned to not call it babysitting. I got smacked for that a couple times. What, are you gonna make me babysit? These are your children, man. So I'm stuck on saying that, child watching. Yeah. It's funny though, but everybody I see that you have that extra help, money wise, incomes, just it keeps the flow going. And then you're, you know, that connection that you've had with your parents that you should have is there. It's what happens is when the parents get brought in after there's 20 years of a gap, and then the people try to control the parent instead of just letting them be and do their own thing still, right? It comes down to a dictatorship instead of just saying, hey, do what you do. You want to go crawl down the stairs and fall down? It's not my fault. You know what I mean? I'm not going to control you. Just do your own thing. I'm here for you, you know. But people get too carried away and you can't do this, you can't do that. And they're like, what? Let them be. They want a garden, give them a garden. Shit like that, right? I watched an uncle that got shot when he was, 29. And the bullet stayed in his brain. He was just paralyzed in his one arm and his leg a bit. But he pulled out of that the brain damage 27 years later and started using computers. Turned it to a zip.
Yeah.
And his wife let him go, and I think she regretted that. That's why everybody needs that chance, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, if your heart's in the right spot, and you're in even if you're on the edge, peeking out of the matrix, you'll feel like taking care of your parents no matter what. That's the unconditional love and respect that hopefully was given. But as long as you can give the unconditional love and respect back, that's your flow of the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That's what makes you right there. Just every day thinking, I'm doing this for me and I'm doing this for them, and that's all that matters. Anything else out there is just contrived, and nothing else matters. That's one of my favorite songs, actually.
I like that.
Yeah, it's because it doesn't. Anything else outside of your little bubble, it don't really matter. You can already care for people, right? But nothing else really.
Yeah, because you can't really
matters.
control that, can you? Really,
Because
It's
your only
gonna happen.
control
Yeah.
is you.
Yeah.
And in that
Control
10-foot circle around you, if we
Yeah.
try to look out here in this and try to control every situation, we can vision what's going to happen at work. That's a good meditation of ourselves doing something good. Vision yourself doing something good and patting yourself in the back instead of going, look what I did. Can you pat my back for me, please? You know what I mean? That's the two different switches of the mindset.
For sure.
So you feel good for doing something good, right?
Yeah, get used to praising self, yes, because when other people praise you, I don't know, it don't sort of work.
It turns into egotistic selfishness,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's a test of the ego, yeah, if you got one.
Well, you can see that on YouTube when these kids, their parents buy them the Lamborghini, and they just get all the kids flocking to the channel because they can hit a Lamborghini with a hammer and shit. You get that, to show up. Look what I can do. You know what I mean?
I can do a donut.
You got 3,000 people in your chat donating $100 each while you're tapping on your fucking.
Yeah.
I just see that stuff. I'm like, what the man? That's
what
not
happens,
changing
yes.
nothing.
All that simple-mindedness, and loads of people donate money for that.
Yeah, so that's somebody, maybe an awake person taking advantage of people.
That's
right.
what
we're not supposed to do. I could manipulate.
Yeah.
Like I said, I could have turned my channel to Nibiru, man. I could have had a huge channel. I can't do that to anybody. I can't have anybody think that a plant's coming and crashing, or that it's right there and we can't see it.
I can't
do it.
Yeah, that's
lying. I don't even know for sure, but I can't do that. I don't know. I don't totally know. I know state I know, but I can't do that as much, right? I've done it just to see how the videos go through and stuff. I'm like, this is interesting. Some of my best views are on those videos with the planets, but I'm telling you, there's circles up there though.
Oh, for sure.
There's some circles up there.
There is, because I know that from that's how you measure, that's how you get calendars and things like that as well. You know how long it takes. I've done a lot of that.
That's one reason why I don't talk in my videos, because I think it would build fear. Because how my heart would be like, do you know that there? You know how Rex talks, how he's got that emotion.
Yeah.
I could really get to paint the picture, and I'd be like that there, and I would just be like, oh shit, what would I do to somebody's mind that just first came to my channel? But you see that the outline, that's a solid object. Because I could really show it if I really wanted to. I just do a quick video, not too much detail, but
I'll just allude to a framework. It looks like a framework, all tracks. And then Nazca lines reveal a lot as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, deep in the heart of Texas. Oh, Skywatcher. Oh, he sent me I'm in his Google Photos. He did the prism thing. So I'll do more updates on that. Where he put the half moon orb, the magnifying orb, on top of the 5-inch makeup mirror.
Oh,
And
right, yeah.
he showed me these pictures, and I know what he's seen. He's like, "Oh shit!" Because I told people what to do, right? So he sent me these pictures, and I'm like, "Have
Oh,
you? You're
yeah.
supposed to put it in a box to block out all the other excess
All
light
the
and
other light.
disturbance."
Mm.
And he can see it's rainbow. It's like you can see the streaks through the sky, just like a boogeyman.
Mm.
I think it was Ada, Eye in the Sky from the South first did this. She said the Lord brought her to do it
Oh,
because we were talking about the dome, and we were talking about how they got smoke and mirrors deception, like a parabolic mirror. That's
Yeah.
that's only showing blue instead of what's up above.
yeah.
And yeah, so
We got
so she
that
did
one,
that, and then she filmed with her PS 900 into that orb, and you could see
Mm.
cables and lines. It was crazy, man. I'm telling you, I'm not lying.
No. I know. I've seen something like that before, honestly, years ago.
It's
On
weird
something
shit.
else. It may even been the same thing. I don't know. I was like, what the?
And the shapes, I've seen this one lady, if you put your camera on a good angle, you can capture the orbs coming through the light.
Right.
If you keep it on a good angle, she was doing meditation. I don't remember what this channel was, but the same shapes that Tony can pick up, Anthony can pick up,
Yeah.
like triangles, like the same shapes that it's on the controller, PlayStation. You know, it's got the triangle
Yeah.
and the circle. The same
Yeah,
shapes.
yeah. They're all in 4D or 5D. I've seen them all.
And they float. They
I've seen them
come
all
through
in
the
my
sky
mind.
and shit.
Yeah, they're like dodecahedrons as well. They're like cages of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're really nano, really proper small. And a lot of them don't contain anything yet. So I'm feeling if we can have them in us, then they counteract anything what's thrown at us, if you will.
Right.
That's why
So you
we
gotta.
can't get infected. Yeah,
So you gotta absorb that energy and that frequency and the
yeah,
upload.
yes, yep. That's it. Yeah,
Absorb the orb.
Absorb the orb.
Yeah. It's in the word. Yeah. In your abs. Yeah, breathe it in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Bit of wordplay there.
I guess there was some. I think who was it? Mike Morales did a video about part. I think Sasquatch is from Missouri. There's one part in Missouri the park's always flooded, and it's because there's a release point for the Mississippi, and they always flooding this part out, and it's never upkept, or it's always being upkept. So they're always spending a lot of money there.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it just looks like they could do something about it, but the people are very upset. Like they're paying all this taxes to have this stuff. As soon as the flood's done, they're all refinished and all done, and then it just washes out again. And it's bullshit how they do this stuff.
It's like there's an underground thing running there or something.
Mm-hmm.
Reservoir or yeah. Oh. BMW.
It's neat taking all this input. I'm trying to remember where everybody lives and the ages and everything.
Yeah.
My brain likes it. Because my family, like being redneck, they used to talk about, they used to say that one family lived down the road, the last lane's down there, blah, blah, blah. They did this, blah, blah, blah. Do you remember blah, blah, blah?
Near a tree, near this,
the old man talking about the cars. He used to drive 52 Chevy, blah, blah, blah. That's gone. That's long gone out of this world. Big time.
Yeah.
Like that camaraderie and the flow. I think that's why I like to do this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's the only time you get that interaction, that flow, just
with the like minds, right?
Yeah. It gives you some new thoughts as well afterwards,
Right.
Someone said something somewhere and then yeah, it's great.
It's got to do something, right? Because without, to keep people around without content and, something actually besides conversation,
Mm.
I think that's the best way I could have done this. I think here, I like it. Same way you
Yeah.
do it too.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
just
liking the
getting
lives now.
slowly working my way in. Right.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing. Yeah, I
I
have no
still don't know how
plan.
to do pictures and stuff like that. I think I go on brand, but I'm not good with computers totally yet. I guess I am. I can make stuff, but
I'm just
you got to
learning.
get
Yeah,
used to it.
there's some
Everything
stuff you
like
can do on this thing as well. I know you can do a little pre-video or something. Like,
yeah,
so if you went on a break, you could put it on for like 5 minutes. It is, but you need to upload one from your computer, not from YouTube. Say, so it's sort of hard. Don't know how you
yeah.
do
In
it.
the brand part before, I think before you
Yeah,
do it, right?
yeah. Then you can put it in there if you've got one done. Yeah, yeah. I'm just
Hmm.
learning. It's good though, learning all this. Really, I'm happy.
Oh, you know what? I vision. That's probably why a big thing of opening all these more of these homes takes the knowledge that would be passed down from grandparents to children.
Yeah,
As soon as you can
yeah,
take them out, pamper them, put them in a home, put them in all these other, and then they're away from the family. There
yeah.
goes the knowledge.
There goes the
Whoa,
wisdom.
man,
Yeah,
what a plan! That's crazy.
and
That's
condition
probably
everyone.
exactly
That's how it should work. And
right.
everyone there is waiting for them to go in a home, so they can sell their home as well.
And take
And
their
have,
money.
yeah,
I can't wait
ne-
to have their money.
can't wait to have their money. People say that. I think, oh my god,
Yeah,
I'm glad I've never had any.
yeah. Any money I ever had, I couldn't wait to spend it.
Yeah, I've got it, spent it. I've always lived like that, and I've questioned whether that's been good or not. But I've had fun.
Hmm. Speaking of having a video, that would be neat if I had a video. I'd be like, I have to go to the washing room, but I have
What?
to. I'll be right back.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that's why
it lost me for a minute.
I seen Authentic Max. We're no, I think it's the original high power is fighting the AI.
Yeah, I think that
The
that
high power is the
synchronicity
one
is.
that's what talks to me. It's no voice to head shit from AI. I know that,
Mm,
but I'm telling you, I can when I get meditating, I hear what I'm supposed to do, like my mind or whatever.
mm,
Yeah, you get told by the energy,
mm.
like when the creator just puts a little download thing, and it's like, hey,
Yeah,
go, you got to do this now. It's part of your thing. I say it's part of me enjoying my being young,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. You get excited when you get that. You're like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I love
And you
all
dig
that. Yeah,
the fountain of youth out of you, right?
yeah. It is that. It's youthful. Yeah, that's it. Exactly that. 'Cause that's what you're feeling. Yeah, and it's flowing through.
Yep. Well, that's why they say the high power is really pissed right now because they covered over his creation,
Yeah,
their
yeah,
creation. We don't know totally what the high power looks like or whatever, or if there's another energy in another whatever.
yeah,
But they still covered over the natural creation. Took away what we're supposed to naturally see and feel.
yeah. And it's got to go bye bye.
Oh, one sec.
$19. No, 19. Yeah. Beastie Boys. Yeah, I used to wear the VW sign. So that's the vortex energy. That's the sort of like the Batman pattern as well. 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. Hey, Kelly Chambers in the building. Oh, and oh yeah. Hello, Kip. Good to see you.
Crowdborn.
Oh, what is 1111 code? That's a deep subject. But I see it as like the first 11 is like the spiritual mind, the mirror, and the second 11 will be the soul, like the spirit and the soul as one. That's my 1111. But it leads you to the number synchronicities. That's what I was led to. Triple number system.
Nice to see you, Kelly. Good day, brother.
Right, yeah, let me make a coffee. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Have you got out much, Voynich?
No, because it's raining, man.
Rain. Dang it.
I want to go out because I saw this other mushroom and I want to pluck it. But it's inside somebody's terrain. But you know,
Oh, is it one of the edible ones?
yeah, the chicken from the forest. It's really, really, really lovely. I know why it's called chicken from the forest. It tastes better than chicken, dude. It's very fleshy. You can even have it on the barbecue. I tell you.
We used to, do you know the puff balls? We used to take they used to puff right up the puff balls and cut them like steaks and fry them in real butter with a little bit of seasoning on them. People are like, "What? Yeah, we had mushroom steaks." I'm like, "Yeah, man, that's how we used to eat."
Oh.
If you're hungry, you'd eat anything, man. When you're in the country.
I didn't know you can eat those puff balls.
Yeah, puff balls. Yep, but we'd fry them. You fry them in a pan with real butter. Fry them like a steak, man. Just like people that don't eat leeks, the wild onions, right? That's what we do. We'd be down at the fishing, like, you know, what they say, carp and catfish and stuff like that. People call those garbage fish. That's what we used to eat.
Yeah.
We couldn't wait for, you know, we got pickerel or walleye. We couldn't wait for those to start running to spawn in the river to catch them. We had to eat suckers, and it's all natural fish, but I guess people just pulled away from those things. But catfish is some of the best tasting fish ever.
Catfish is good, yeah.
You get buttered and sweetened buttered catfish, I guess. I used to eat a lot of meat growing up. I ate so much meat and stuff growing up that I don't even eat much nowadays. Because I've had it all. Kangaroo, deer. We used to have big cookouts. The redneck country. Freaking buffalo. You name it.
I ate ape. Ape tastes good too.
Ape?
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm not ate no ape yet. That's one thing I haven't tried.
Yeah, it's kind of beefy. It's kind of, yeah. It's not like chicken. It's more like beef. Yeah, quite good.
Yeah, JMO. Transformers. More than meets the eyes, right? Especially, oh man, I can't believe it. I have to go through this torture of my wife. She skips her youth, okay? She doesn't understand this. She was 13 when she got her first job at Kentucky Fried Chicken and working every night after school, right? This is how she was raised. Her parents are total Matrix chompers.
Yeah.
Zombie zone, right? And so she won't understand that. She missed her youth. When I was young, I was like, oh man, she's so far away. That's why I'm a balance for her. I think I was sent to her just to balance her out. Because she's so now everything that all you ladies got to do when you were younger, she's trying to do it now. Jerry Springer and shit, watching Hoarders. Oh my gosh. It drives me crazy.
Jerry. I remember always hearing that in the background. Jerry,
excuse me.
Not watching that. Yeah.
Oh shit.
My ex watched all them. She even got it on DVD and watched it.
Like I just seen one there. I didn't even realize I was watching it, but the one guy's been with somebody for 2 months. They haven't had sex yet, but they had to bring him on Jerry to tell him that I'm really a guy.
No, really.
And like the lady says, well, what if I want kids? Oh, well, that means you're not a guy. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, what these people thinking. More power to anybody, right? But it's got to
That's
be.
unbelievable.
I just couldn't watch it. I was like, oh man. I put my headphones on and crank Metallica as loud as I can. I don't even care. I'll put Cowboys from Hell from Pantera on before I listen to that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's craziness.
I'd rather hear kids argue and then watch that. Yeah.
Oh, what was that? Yep. Yeah, it's weird. Did you have Voynich? Were you at like a cookout thing where they bring a whole bunch of different meats when you had 8?
What do you mean?
You said you had 8?
Oh, when I had 8, that was in a restaurant. It was just
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, ours was we're a whole bunch of it was like a gun club kind of thing.
Yeah.
And for everybody brings a different type of meat for the meal thing.
Yeah, that sounds sweet.
Okay, I had some ape. I'm not really looking forward to it. Or monkey brain. Like you see them eat those monkey brains. Like wow, man.
No, come on. You're taking this a notch too far, dude. Always you, man. Always you.
My imagination just gets rolling, right?
Yeah,
spoon with such a sharp spoon, so you can just spoon away in the brain, in the soft brain, right? Yeah.
Ice cream.
Hillbilly.
Oh, hillbilly. Yeah, Authentic Max. Is it Max? Yeah.
DMT, man.
Yeah, DMT. I know someone who's on YouTube. You know D, Eternal Padawan, because he can make it, that DMT. Because he said
himself.
Yeah. He said if I go down to him, like he's not far from me, a few hundred miles.
Ooh.
And he set me up with some.
Did you see? I don't know if anybody follows Jurassic Liars channel, 26.
Not
but
anymore.
him and his friends were downtown, and I guess he met up some guys, and they're all about Jews are starting to race wars and all that stuff, right? And they were bugging these officers. The officers saw it because the people read the van. They weren't doing slurs. They just wrote on the van this and that and this what's going on, just to wake people up. And they were at a parking lot, and so people called and said that they were being verbally, but they weren't. So they were talking to cops and like, hey, what are you guys going to do this? They were trying to get their opinions on this vaccine and stuff. And they still won't say nothing. But you could see that these people are awake and hesitant, thinking, and then they said right to him, well, I'd do anything to keep my job. That's all they said.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do anything to keep my job, but if the job says to do it. So they said, so right now you're faking that you like us, even though you're calm.
That's
you
why
do anything to
get selected, man. That's the only, they get tested for that. That's why they get selected. You only get selected if you have that attitude.
Yeah. Well, and if you don't have that attitude, they put you in the back boony somewhere, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Where you go brain dead mush.
Yeah.
I think one of my cousins is a thinker, and he got put out on to this Manitoulin Island out in Lake Huron. Okay, Krellborn, thanks for coming by, brother. Safe driving. Krellborn's a trucker, so he's out there in his rig heading down the highway. He's another Ionist guy. He does some great videos. He's on looking at the skies all day long, from all angles.
What, American or?
I think, yeah. I thought there was Missouri also. There's a couple people from Missouri.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it was Sasquatch is from Missouri. Crowborn. Somebody else I'd seen, I just can't remember. I don't know how far back it was. I know my eye seen it. Yeah, Skywatchers.
We can be.
Any prophecies for 2021, Matt?
There's
your wild imagination.
There's well, I'm telling you, there's going to be another fake assassination, or they're going to take Trump out for cheating. It's going to kick something off. It's going to kick off more of the shit. It's coming here soon.
Yeah, I think that
They're-
either
they're
Trump
putting-
going or
They're,
he's
they're still
invading.
programming. They're still programming people right now when they got them at home.
Yeah.
And the people the essential people, they're all busy in the matrix, right? They're already programmed. They don't even need any more programming because they're money hungry and fucking greedy, taking their bet above everybody else. That's how they separate, right? But though they don't realize they're on the same chopping block again.
Yeah.
Sure, they got their bank account built back up, but no, as soon as they hammer the axe down, if they're still doing this around the world, this ain't going away. There's going to be another lockdown here soon, and people are really going to lose their minds this time because they're not going to fucking abide. Like, I think they expected uprising the first time. No way. And there's a reason why that channel is Call for Uprising. If I had a channel like that, it wouldn't even work on YouTube. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
If I was talking about that shit every
Shadow
day
Man.
and trying to make channel, I wouldn't have a channel. But so those are controlled channels to build this uprising, this powder cake shit. Like AMTV would say, "We're building a powder cake. I'm a super millionaire, but I'm wasting my time on YouTube trying to tell you that your death is coming to you very soon if you don't prepare and buy my silver and gold."
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? I don't know. People don't see through that shit. I did that first time. I'm like, oh, they don't like me. The controlled opposition, they don't like us doing this. But I can make 2 videos a day telling you all about these people, right? It's in Alex Jones. This group is coming. No, they got everybody looking for this group. They're already here, right?
Yeah.
They're coming. These evil Luciferians are coming, man. And I want freedom. I just like 5 years ago. I'm like, it's like they're trying to get us watching for this, but it's already there. And he tells you, if they're talking about it, we've already doing it for 30 years. But people don't understand the concept of like the whatever 8D image of thought instead of just perception, right?
Yeah.
I see when somebody says something, I see at least like if I put my hand out, 5 finger ways of thought around that one narrow-minded shit, right? Oh, yeah, I'll link you up, Critical. But people with the brain are labeled weirdos, right?
Yeah,
it's always
insane.
been like that, and it's only getting worse. It's only getting worse by the day.
Yeah,
Yeah, MTV.
because everyone wants an identity, a label, don't they? So
When you ask a question that people cannot react to, or when they have to think, an original question that actually makes them think, people feel offended, and you are the one to blame for asking a question. And it's not even offensive. I don't even mean it as an offense, but just asking a question is it's offensive these days.
you're being intrusive. Yeah, they say that.
And you're the one to blame. I mean, for asking a question.
You make me think. Do you want? That's probably a trick question. I'm not going to answer that one. No, it was honestly, just interest in you, like in the way you might solve this problem that arose, or that I propose.
Lawless.
Well,
Sorry
that's
about
our
that.
food. That is our food. We want to be asked them sort of questions.
Yeah.
Lawless, I'm not sure if you've been to the Mike Morales channel yet, but he'll prove to you in a week that this is all weather warfare, and it's all contrived. They're putting it wherever they want it. They could grow like you say, they could make the desert into a lush forest again if they wanted to.
The Vatican owns the weather, you guys. They get
Right.
taxed. They get money every single time there's a disaster, every time that there's some kind of weather anomaly. They, from my understanding, they've been controlling the weather a very, very long time since they became their own. What's it called? They're, they're their own
Mhm.
not government. I
Oh,
don't
really?
know.
Well,
They're
they said
separate.
City
They're
state.
separate.
They're
they
They
city
proved that they can.
Yeah,
They proved they control the weather back in the 50s.
and I
It's
don't
all
know if you
written.
guys remember, there was somebody that said a long time ago, "He who controls the weather controls the world."
Right.
Now that was said to the public, and people just went, "Oh, I
Mm.
never." Like, that's
Yep.
funny. Yeah, that's not real. No, that's real. They were telling people that we're paying attention. We're doing this, and you guys are just. I find it very interesting how they can have several hurricanes facing one direction, and it can turn, and and everybody's like, "Oh, that happened." I'm like, "Since when? When did that kind of stuff happen? It's getting worse. They target the same areas all the time and say, oh, that's just because it's the area." People are having hail, tornadoes in places where they've never had hail and tornado. We're having thunder in the middle of a sunny day. That's a little weird.
Hmm.
But hey, guys, I'm sorry, but Matt was saying something earlier about these channels. I agree. Some of these big channels I've really been tapping into. I don't think that they would still even if they pull a video, even if they got a warning, even if they, I really think, like, I'm sorry, but Richie from Boston, I'm sorry. I think I know that they spit a lot of truth. Alex Jones spits a lot of truth,
Do you
but I
guys think
think
he's looking like Jewish?
there's something up
Hmm.
with it. Yeah, oh, I definitely think so.
I don't watch him.
Because off the start he had orange for years until Robin's Hood called him out. Have you guys seen Robin's Hood channel yet?
I have seen Robin's Hood
That
channel.
guy's people would think he's crazy, but he knows what he's all about in his mind, right?
Well, it's really funny because I watched him for a while, but I had to get, yeah, as Tony likes
Away.
us to say, get out of the books and get away from that
Yep.
mindset that he's on.
Yep. Yeah, because
To-
I can't watch him
Tony
that much anymore.
said that. Yeah, I can't watch
Mhm.
a lot of those channels. Something has kicked in my intuition and my knowing and my gut. Richie from Boston turned me off a long time ago. Man, it's been years, and I've had people try to send me links to watch this, and the minute I see it's him, I'm like, ah. Or if someone else on another channel puts him up and I hear his voice, it's kind of like if I hear Bill Gates' voice or something like that. Something happens to
Mhm.
me inside where I'm like, ah, I get locked up. Like, they could sit there and tell me the
Yeah.
truth, but I don't hear them
Mm.
anymore.
So
It's weird.
each one of this kind of in that awakening has their own little aspect of helping other people's minds wake up.
Mhm,
But he's still caught in the Jonathan Collect shit, right?
And that's another thing. So many people are like, Jonathan Collect, oh, he has the answers and he knows. Okay, he has a gift. He has been able to show us the serpent. He's
Mhm.
been able to show us, get your spatula, get your shovels, because this shit's getting thick, whatever.
Mhm.
But that's another thing, too. I can't keep watching the same. I've got the information. I got to
Mhm.
move on, because how am I doing anything that's good for myself or my surroundings if I'm just watching the same stuff over and over? You're going to die. They're coming to get you and hold you down and give you a vaccine. We've talked about that. Okay, if that happens, then that was my plan with
Yeah.
the source, creator, God, whatever anybody wants to call them. Then we've all planned that out. Then that's what they'll have to do. They're damn sure going to have to hold me down because I'm a slippery one. You better chase me because I'm running. And hopefully I'll be able to carry my dogs.
Mhm.
Actually,
my
I
cats
say
and
that,
that.
but I don't know. I could protect my family. I mean, I don't know what. I don't know. But the good news is you guys, my dad's getting all that testing done. And instead of going through the place where the guy originally tried to dictate and order him. He ended up calling himself and getting it. I kept saying, putting all the right people in the right place, perfect divine timing. This is all working out perfectly. It will not be in his dictation. It'll be exactly perfected for my dad. And
Mhm.
he ended up calling around and getting some appointments. And what's even better is the place where he's getting an appointment, because it's not within the hospital and it's an individual place. They were going to make him get the COVID test, the whole 9 yards, and he really didn't want to get the damn test. He just wants to get the MRIs and the whatevers and be done. But they make
Mhm.
you get a test if you go to the hospital, and then they make you wait for the results. Yes, it's faster. I don't know if it's in the same day, within the same week, but don't put his body through more stress. He's not sick. He wasn't feeling bad. This is all blood
Mhm.
work. So it's like all the right people, like I was saying and speaking,
Maybe we
everybody's
brought it
getting
up in the
put in the right place.
frequencies.
And I feel like, yeah, exactly. So thank you so much for all of your positive energy, and even one thought I feel like towards him. Even if you just read it when I type it in the comment, you're already putting a good energy towards that.
Mhm.
Correct. Yeah.
So thank you. I really, really appreciate it. It means the world to me.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't
I
I don't
love.
know some of the channels that you mentioned, Matt. So it's funny because did I originally meet you on Boogeyman's channel? Or did I just come to your
Yeah.
channel one day to look at a Sky video?
I think it might have been a
Because I
Sky
feel
video,
like
but a lot on
I feel like
Boogeyman's.
Artie was watching you, and you didn't have like a huge list. I was already filming the sky myself, and I feel like
Mhm.
I was already watching your channel and then saw you in a live when I figured out that you could do a live. Because you guys, I used to watch videos, never hit a like, never got on a live. I saw the buttons, but I went, because I'm not a very techie kind of I didn't even know what it did, care what it did. I just thought, oh, look at this. Look at this video of these cats. Oh my goodness. Look at this video of this dog. And then I would be like, look at this cool thing about creative ways, or you can do it yourself, fix it yourself. Oh, isn't that cute? And that's what I thought YouTube was for. But when I looked up and started noticing, and then I started saying to people, does that look like a damn emoji in the sky? How is that possible? I mean, I know we can all make our own shapes, but does that look
Yeah.
like a sigil?
I had a
Do you see
person
an
on my
ankh?
channel.
It's
Person on my
crazy.
channel tell me I had pareidolia. I was like, yeah, right. You tell me the whole world is pareidolia?
It's spoken
There
to you.
is,
I said I can be my own worst enemy and use my imagination, let my imagination play tricks on me. But no, man, I
exactly.
wouldn't show this stuff if I was
There is
It's
a
not
syndrome.
paranoia if it's true.
right. Or no,
Exactly.
pareidolia. But pareidolia, look in the
Yeah,
sky, saying I'm making these shapes
they,
up. But if you're seeing the same thing I'm showing you, who's pareidolia, right?
yeah,
If I
that is
show you a
the
demon
solar
face
system.
staring at you, who's got the pareidolia, right? I'm not making this shit up.
Thank you. Exactly. You can't just make this crap up. Hey, J Mo, I knew I heard your voice. And we got Voynich. I hear Voynich, and I'm like, I never know where he lives. Voynich. Does he sleep? You and Paul, I think. I love it.
Damn.
If I
On a lot of channels
wait,
that I
if I say I'm from Poland, you don't know me.
Poland.
No.
No,
Holland.
Oh,
Holland.
I
Holland.
feel
I made the same mistake,
Holland.
Critical. Don't worry.
Holland. I just
The
Yes,
native.
like Holland, like Hall and Oates, Holland.
Or Netherlands.
yeah, I need to get
Or the
that.
Netherlands, right,
Need
right.
to- Netherlands. I can remember the Netherlands. I actually speak to another guy named Alfred. You guys might know Alfred. I don't know, but I speak to him on Discord sometimes. He's in the Netherlands. Do you guys know Discord? I can't remember.
You see, Heidi's got such a soft frequency voice that the AI attacks her every time. It does that
Oh, it's because
robotic
she
stuff.
mentioned some shit that wasn't positive about RFB.
Probably.
Yes.
Dude, I'm not even
Yes.
kidding. That
I've
shit
called
happened
that
to
guy.
me in one of my streams, dude.
Do you think you would, if shit was going on, do you think if you were would you be feeling safe by yourself in the middle of nowhere if you're outing people
Right.
on a
Right.
daily basis to 1 million people a day.
Dude, that's the
I'd be
thing, man.
scared shitless,
I've said
man. I
this
would
shit
have a
all the
gun on my
time.
hip.
I'm like, dude, how you gonna be talking all this shit? Who can afford to drive a fucking 4-wheel drive anything? I can barely afford to drive a 4-wheel drive back
Right.
and
We're
forth to
talking
work. Just the
thousands of
gas
dollars in
that bit.
gas in a day.
Thank you.
Just to
Thousands.
go across
Thank
the
you very
state, dude, would
much.
cost you $1,000, right?
Right. Easy.
And
Yep.
honestly, and just as of recently, they're giving away money. Money is
They
the root
could-
of all evil.
They could pick him off a
That
mountain in 2
AMTV
seconds.
guy, he wants to sell you gold and shit because he cares about you, and him and his brother seen Jesus the same time, multiple times together.
Yeah.
And he has a story to tell you. But
Mhm.
first, you should take his get rich Bitcoin course because
Yeah.
you know Bitcoin, in case you want to buy
Mhm.
children off the fucking dark web or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
dude,
exactly.
and that's
Because
the
they
other
won't
thing.
have the
We
bloody
need to
cash
just
in
get
their
ourselves
hands.
disconnected. We
Mhm.
should build a community within YouTube, put a wall up around us, and keep all that dumb shit out of it.
Yeah, that's
For
kind
real.
of how I.
Because, dude, it's like how they did Voy. He says some shit that's real. They give him a strike on his channel. They don't delete his channel.
Mhm.
That shit doesn't get
Mhm.
deleted. Now let me think about all the channels I know of that got deleted in the last like 2 months. RV
Yes.
Truth got 2 of them. Well, now it's RV Truth. It was Russian Vids, right? His shit just went missing all of a sudden one day, right? Just like
Mhm. It's like
RFP's
they
main
have
channel
to
just went missing.
shock. They have to shock and devastate the people that they
Make
have in
everybody
this
think that it really
program.
happened.
That's the double negative
right.
reinforcement.
But
That's
then,
the
yeah,
double
Right.
negative reinforcement. They're like, well, it got taken down. It has to be true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts.
That's right. That's
Right.
when it first happened to Alex Jones, I was like, I feel sketchy about him. I don't know. Yeah,
Right.
I'm sorry. You have to be invited. There's high security at Bohemian Grove. You don't just roll the fuck up and I'm cussing. What's the mouth? You
She's
just don't
getting
roll up
passionate
in
up in
there
there.
that's
and
all good.
start taking pictures of kids dancing around Moloch and get away with it. And just go, oh yeah, I
Right.
just rolled up in there and got my pictures. Look,
Now,
I'm
see,
a truther.
that's exactly it, though. The truth is what they were showing you. The false pretense
That's
is
right.
that he rolled up in there and was able to just expose the truth.
Yeah.
And then when he showed you the truth, a month later, he said, I had a psychotic break. You're all psychotic, just like me. We're all
Meanwhile-
fucking schizophrenic.
Meanwhile, the gate to that
That's right.
that back 40, the gate is probably covered by CIA and all these other people, right?
Heavily
Totally.
guarded, you guys.
It's probably harder
You
to get
got
into.
the
Try breaking
richest,
into the White
biggest-
House. That's hard.
Yeah.
You can't
Right.
break into the fucking White House, dude. You're gonna break into some top secret, super whatever Bohemian Grove.
I
Come the fuck on.
I just roll up in their ritual and I just yeah.
And that's what else I love
You did
about it.
not.
It's just, normal ass, dressed, chubby, loud ass Alex Jones just infiltrating
that's
shit
the
like
thing.
he's fucking, Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible.
If they're yelling and screaming at us like we're idiots, I'm gonna be alarmed. Okay, you have very intelligent people watching.
You know what?
That's to be screaming and yelling at us. When they start doing that, I go. I even do it with Rex. I'm sorry.
There's a very
Leak Project.
similarity
I'm
between
sorry.
Alex Jones and like the way he presented himself and Richie from Boston. They have that
Thank you.
weird,
I
demanding,
see the
high ass,
similarity.
loud.
That's
They're being
right.
loud because people
That's
who want
right.
you to believe what they're saying without actually thinking about it just get louder to reinforce it.
I
They're
used
just
to,
reinforcing it.
and I tell people, just because you're yelling this to me doesn't make me believe you, or doesn't make me hear you any better. So please stop yelling at me about it.
And
I'll
see,
believe you
I'm
less.
somebody who
You're
gets passionate,
actually
and I do get louder when I talk.
flipping us-
That's
yeah,
something
there
I
is
do, but it's
passionate.
not
Me
like I
too.
got some
Oh, me
agenda I'm
too.
pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'm loud too. I can get loud with you. I get that passion. Boy, he knows. We all know. We get very
Mm-hmm.
but no, there's just something to it that I just tune in and can see through, and I go, I like Jacob
Kimmel.
from Israel. Jacob from Israel.
Oh, right.
whatnot, and I love
Jacob
him.
Israel, right.
But he's still part of it, you guys. Careful.
I'm gonna try that kratom here
I
soon.
like him. I like him, but there's just And like you said, Matt, you could sit here and you could pump out some really good videos. It could even be in sync with whatever one of these bigger channels is doing, and yours would not be viewed. It could be better than these bigger channels. You wouldn't get the views. You wouldn't get the. It would be. Sometimes I have to
Oh,
type your
cool.
actual name in to get it to pull up. Doesn't. I've been
which is
very
crazy.
grateful and thanking.
Yeah.
I've been thanking YouTube because they actually have been putting up you guys in my recommendations. So I keep thanking
It's-
YouTube.
My
They had
osteoarthritis
to
is
do
starting
to
to ache again now that
channels.
winter's here.
Right?
I had that happen too. I was a little achy. You guys, I just woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning and was wide awake. And I know it's a full moon and it's a Pisces moon and it's a harvest moon and all these things, but I was just wide awake. I was like, wow. Like I don't know. I went to sleep and I told you I don't have bad dreams, and now I've had my second bad dream. I was being chased by something really weird and creepy, and I actually was yelling Matt, which is funny because that's my ex's name, and I'm getting ready to go watch his children while him and his wife go on their anniversary. So whoever the Matt was that I was yelling for, they didn't come help me, by the way. Okay, they were just doing their own thing. And then I woke up and I was really sore, like I was tensing up my body or something. And that's when I ended up coming on here and seeing you guys were on it after I got my coffee and stuff. But I thought, what the hell was I yelling for? So I think it's a combination of I'm going to his house to watch his children. Plus, I've been on here in the morning. I was kind of half asleep, half awake thing. But who the heck was chasing me and why did I need to run? I don't like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't have bad dreams like that anymore.
You
And
know,
this one
well,
was
that's
very
because
vivid.
you have those dreams because you're having something that's about to come. It's like a warning.
Yep.
Or maybe even not
I
like a
agree.
warning, like it's a bad
Oh,
thing,
it
but
could
it's just
be.
like giving
Oh,
you,
right,
it's like
right.
laying it out for you to be like, pay attention. This is going to happen to you.
That's right. Right. I totally agree. Every time I've ever had anything like that happen, you're absolutely right. Whether it's good,
Yeah.
whether
And
it
it
be
doesn't have
bad,
to be
it's
detrimental. It could
girl.
be something just a
Yeah,
simple little situation, you know.
yeah, exactly. It's like giddy up, girl. But I really think that during this time, because our Schumann blacked out, I don't know if you guys know that, but we've had a Schumann
Street piecing.
watching. It's been blacked out, you guys, and we've been getting off the chart light energy on the Schumann, and this was a much needed thing that we had to have, and it blacked out, so it can make a lot of people feel really sore. You can feel depressed. You can feel like you don't belong. You can have the complete opposite effect where you have really high energy, but you crash and burn kind of thing.
It's almost like manic when people are manic, where they go from being super
Yeah.
depressed and like not with no energy, and then they like do a 180 and all of a sudden they're full of energy, like they just did a whole bunch of crazy drugs and go off the walls.
So just remember that during this time, if you feel like that at all, it's just there's a lot of energy right now that we had to go through this darkness to zap out some old energies because they can't help the mass amounts of people that really are waking up. There's not it's not a low number like some people are trying to portray to you. Saying, oh, there's fortunate people that woke up only, 10% are really awake. Listen to that. Even you'll be surprised on how many people are starting to catch on to this. So their supposed lockdown has actually got us more aware than what they thought it would. They thought there are people still in front of the television being programmed. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Well, it's probably both for both sides. Yeah, more have woken up as more staying asleep. Yeah, probably the same.
Yeah.
Good time to evaluate.
They can't go back. Some people might go back. It's their safety. It's their safety net.
Yeah.
Just get back in front of that TV and trust the system I've been trusting, kind of thing. Now that will happen too, but that's why I think you guys are great that you do your shows and you come on live and everybody can come here. and talk and share. It's really a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
You guys are great.
Yeah,
You
it's great
guys
with
are
you
great.
as well coming up.
Oh, thanks.
We wouldn't have a panel
Thank
if
you
no
so
one
much.
came on it.
That's true.
Yeah,
That
so
is
it's for
so
everyone.
true.
Yeah, it's great.
And just think how much history you can change just doing this.
Yeah.
We're altering
Exactly.
history for
You guys want
everybody.
to hear a new theory of mine?
I
Mhm.
do.
You want to talk about altering history? So check it out. Talking to Alex Fox, right, on my channel, I started thinking about this flat Earth, globe Earth stuff, right? And I was working on my flat Earth model, and I had all these problems, things that I could not, because I don't want to fake the funk. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work then. And I couldn't make it work.
Yeah.
But guess what? So this is also why I haven't done any live streams for a bit, right? Because I've been doing a little research. But this is, I believe, the reality of what we live in. So we live inside of a sphere. It has a north pole and a south pole. There is a disk of matter in it. The top part where we live is positive. The bottom underneath is negative. It's just like what they talk about in Stranger Things, the upside down. Our moon tugs the sun around because the moon is a reflection off of the dome or the underside of our upper sphere of the electromagnetic field that tows the suns. Because the sun, even if it's only 24 hours apart, there's more than one. And as the sun comes down in the ocean and is pulled down to the underneath and gets charged negatively, when it comes back up here, it bursts into flames as it's kind of like a lithium polymer battery just shorting out, right? It gets charged up negatively by going down underneath of us. So that's why the idea of a south pole, that shit's real. It's all real. And that's why the sun bursts into flames and burns every day. Because
That's
it
what I
goes
was going
down
to tell you.
underneath,
They lead
charges
us to
up,
the
and comes
south.
comes out of the pressure as it expands in our atmosphere. It lights up. It's basically some kind of weird plasma that can be towed by this electromagnetic field, which is the Schumann resonance you're talking about. Is a result of that, because that result literally, that's duality. There is two dimensions. There are two energies that are polarities, are opposite of each other. Our entire existence is bipolar, and we are constantly being bombarded by a negative entity representing a container that looks like us mass and matter wise, but has a negative energy or consciousness that if it can turn you, it can take you over and live here.
And that's what one of the things that I was watching. They were reading. Did I read it? Maybe I read it. But anyways, that this blackout that we were having with the Schumann is because we need this. This is one of the other major final shifts that we need to go on because of that polarity and duality that we.
Well, it's
have
CERN
been-
and everything. They're trying to flip us upside down.
Yeah, and I do.
They're trying to flip it upside down. The negative energy
Yep.
dimension is trying to surface and bury us. It's flipping God for Satan. It's the yin yang. It's all of that. It's what
It
the
is.
Mandela effect is. Slowly,
And if
the
they say
negative
look
energy
south, we better
is
dig in
retarding
north.
our positive energy, and vice versa. They're taking our energy away to manifest themselves into our reality.
Yep.
But it's like dark matter.
Yep.
It's like antimatter and matter. The reason when they hit each other, they explode is because they're matter that is completely charged in opposite directions. So when they hit each other, they constantly discharge each other. So basically the suns, because if there's a strip of land we're on that's longer than 24 hours, that means there's two suns over it. And that's why weather's local and all of these things. And
Well, I don't know if
basically
you
the sun is a
saw-
superconductor. It is a supercapacitor. And it goes into the ocean, gets smooshed down and concentrated and charged up with this straight electrons or whatever unit of measurement of this tiny, energy level. And then when it comes back into our reality, it literally bursts into flames and burns because
I
of
don't
that.
know if you know that they actually finally published a thing about the two suns and saying, "Oh, scientists discovered these two suns." Scientists discovered two suns.
There's
You're
at least
cracking me
four
up.
then. There's at
I
least
think there's
four
at
then.
least 3 or 4. Okay.
Yeah, if there's
And
two here at one time, that means there's two other ones charging up because it's a cycle. It has to balance. Everything's balanced.
The sun that they've been trying to cover up or have been covering up is the one that gives us the ions that we need. They know that there is a certain amount of codes. This is my belief, you guys, my perception, okay? Just add in if you need to, but we have a certain amount of codes that we're supposed to get downloaded. Our skin has a brain, our stomach has a brain. That's where our intuition comes from, or that gut feeling. And then we have our brain in our skulls. Okay, so we have 3 brains. Each organ could have its own brain for all we know. But think about all the colors of what they say our chakras are, and what these planets are supposed to be, and all that stuff. It all syncs up. So if the universe is out there and that's where they keep us looking, it's really all inside. So when these ions hit our eyes, it gives us different codes for each person. We could get similar ones, we could get different ones, and also our skin, our memory. And that's why they've been putting all these sun sims and all this stuff to give us the false light, the fake stuff. And
Right.
I'm not saying it's bad to go outside in the sun, you guys, even if it's a sun simulator. Just be outside in daylight, I think, is good for us. But during this time right now, that if we get grounded and if in each place that we're at, like, you guys are in that state and I'm in this state, I think that our energy, if we focus on Mother Earth and just get, if you can only do it 15 minutes a day, if you have a patch of grass, I mean, longer if not, if you can, but to get grounded right now and to really put our feet on Mother Earth while this is all happening, it's like we're recharging the earth. Like we've all been put in the perfect place. We're all in the right spot. Nobody's above anybody, that kind of thing. But it's a heart connection. They did studies where they purposely put people in different time zones, different states, different country, and they did these tests, and these people were syncing up. And all these little tests that they put them through, I can't remember the name of it right now. I can't even think of the actual test that they did to them, but it was undeniable that these people that were putting these tests, I don't know, I want to say that they were maybe related to one another, born in the same town, and then they divided something, but somehow they kept syncing up. I watched that so long ago. Wonder even where I saw that. Ooh,
That
that just
reminds
popped
me of
in my
something, yeah.
mind.
That's me and all.
Yeah.
Like, was it in Australia? They sent people there and stuff. I do remember something like that.
I wonder what
Yeah.
that was. I just thought about it when I was talking about this, because I think my brain goes really fast, and I want to tell you guys 20 things at once, and I have to
Yeah.
say, stay on
Yeah.
topic. Stay on topic. I know you guys can follow me, though.
Yeah.
Or no, I don't even want to say understand. I'll go like that.
Yeah.
I know you guys can understand where I'm coming from. But these
It's
ions
basically.
are very
Oh, go ahead.
important. No, I'm done. I'm just saying these ions are really important right now for us. So even if you can't get outside, if there's a window that you can open in your house while it's daylight, and
Right.
just don't stare at it. Don't, you can put even your hands over your eyes where you only can see a little bit through your fingers, but kind of look up, just look up.
Yeah, I let it hit my eyelids, yeah.
Yeah. And get those ions in your downloads if you can. It really is wonderful.
That's how you change your charge on your atom, is ionizing it. So, yeah, you positively do that. Yeah.
Another thing I do to the sun, what I never noticed before, I look through my eyelashes as tight as I can get it, and then I can see orbs, circle orbs go on my eyelashes.
And
so
lots
that
of rainbows.
showed me, so that showed me that my eyes didn't do that when growing up. I grew up on the beach, although it was an Ontario beach, not all summer long.
Still.
But I remember clear as day, always a clear horizon, looking over at Michigan. And it was always red. It was red. As soon as I closed my eyes, it was red. As soon as bright red. It wasn't that other shit. There was no rainbow. That's why I wholeheartedly got convinced, switched the other way when I first was doing this shit. when I first seen Jeff P channel, because I was
Mhm.
looking up for years and I was thinking that looks like a mirrored reflection,
Mm-hmm.
like it coming off. And then when you look at all the new stage lights and everything, you're watching UFC or any movies, it's all rainbow lights now. Remember they used to have to
Of
do different
course.
colors?
Yeah.
So now it's a one LED rainbow spectrum. Same with
course.
all the growing lights,
Mm-hmm.
all indoor grow lights. They're
Yep.
called Mars Hydro, and they're LED spectrum. They're all colored lights.
Aren't they? Of course they are.
And then you got high pressure sodium, which is the natural sun, right? For blooming cannabis, right? And then but you got metal halide, which is the white light, right?
Wow. Yep.
So knowing all these
And
things,
now-
I can throw the perceptions out there, right, and see the differences.
Yep. And when you squint your eyes, Matt, you know how the sun has rays that come out from it? Or do you get like a straight line that comes directly at you where you see the rainbow colors like moving in it? Does that make sense? You see what like it's like
Yep.
a ray from the sun that, and when I squint my eyes and look through my eyelashes like that, or if you get a nice little set of trees and you can look just through the trees, like play peekaboo a little bit with it, it will have like a ray that comes down and there's something moving in those rays and they're all rainbow colors. And I'm like, I see you. You can't make me unsee this. I know you're there.
My intuition shows me that this light source is telescopic. It started as one big beam, and it's like a spider eye. Starts out as one big beam, and it just breaks out into little beams, spiraling beams, so it spreads out, so we don't get the flashlight effect.
Right.
That's exactly what I see, and I see these beams on some cams, some beach cams, and some sunset cams, and you can see all the individual beams coming off the edges of these like globes or whatever this camera's in, and they're spiraling, they're spinning, they're like zzz, right?
I agree.
We're
I
spiraling,
totally
yeah.
agree.
I
I
don't talk about this in my channel because I get trolled probably if I talked about it, but
Well, I told somebody on a live one time. I said, you know, the sun rays that come down from the sun when they hit my truck, that energy can pull my truck. I don't need gasoline or something. And they were like, "Girl, you so crazy. Go smoke some more."
But that's
said,
exactly what I was getting at. We live in a giant battery.
a battery.
We are a giant battery.
Right, because you got to go. The sun probably has to go into the salty ocean to recharge, right? It's got
Well,
to
it literally
get
goes
salt.
down under to a negative like dimension to get charged up, dude. The sun is just something to light it up. The real energy comes from us. Think about it. When the sun goes down is when everybody sleeps. That's when your soul and your consciousness just goes back to being whole.
I'm not sure
together
if
in the dreamland that's connecting us.
I'm not
Once
sure
you
if
wake
it was
up and start
Kelly.
doing this stuff, that's when your day starts, but that's when the energy, that's when the world gets put into motion. That's when everything around you gets put into motion, is when you do it. So like we're part of a battery though. What we're doing is creating an energy to be tapped by a greater something that we do not know what it's all about, because we're in a battery. We're just fucking
think
batteries, dude.
Of all the aerosols too, right? All the metals that's got to go into a battery, all the lithium and all that shit. Just think, well, that's in the sky, recharging this battery shit.
And look how perfect this battery is inside until we started fucking with it, dude.
Right.
And everything they're doing.
Good boy.
But it's that energy. It's that consciousness. So what is our creator? It is the energy. It is a consciousness. It is the first energy that looked down at all the matter, meditated over it, and says, this is what I imagine it will be. And it was so.
You got it. I love it.
Right from fault, There's no word.
Yeah. This is a very awake chat.
Kelly, a battery for what? That's what I mean. We are partitioned into our own existence, right? We are little tiny sub-battery parts of a circuit. We are God's computer.
Yeah, we're in his simulation.
We are God's simulation. We are in.
Guys.
We are God's computer.
But
God's
we control
mind made
We control this man now, right?
Boom, boom,
This-
boom,
this
boom,
man
boom.
in
Yes,
that-
yes, and yes.
He's like, you know what? I'm going to make you enough like me that you just keep doing what I was doing. keep doing what I was doing.
When people say,
Right.
"Oh, you're
Yeah.
not gods, you're not that," yes, we are. We're little mini gods. We were created, and I'm not saying like all this new age guru,
Right.
but we are. If we are pieces of the Creator, and we are all here to have our experience in our school of life on Earth, and we
Yeah,
are
I hear.
little charging batteries. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. If we're all
I love it.
children, yeah, the children of God, yeah.
Right.
To be close to God, that's when you become the son. So
That's
obviously, that's what
right.
we're
And
trying
that's
to
why
Children
our
of the sun.
sun
Mm.
and
Yeah.
our sun is so
Mostly,
important. That's why we need our
the best
yellow
part-
sun, and they're blocking
Yeah.
it.
Well,
best
when you
part is
feel
open
righteous,
mind.
when you're righteous, the sun feels good. You feel it inside of you, like
Yes.
make
Yeah,
you
in your
whole
heart.
and wonderful feeling.
Feeling
You know
it
what
now.
song really has been getting me lately is "Blue Train Rollin'" in the Clark Side by Led Zeppelin. The way he sings about true love is gone without the warmth of the sun, hyphen sun and sun.
Mm.
Get it? How it's coded?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sun
You
and
know what I
sun
mean?
and
That's I
soul.
see a hyphen there, sun and sun. So when they're coding the world, they might even not know what this song that was given to him was written about, right? But they were forced to sing it. Like Robert Plant was a plant. That's why they took his name, right?
Yeah. Think of the
Right,
names
right.
too. That's why I
He
was
wasn't
gonna
even
say
supposed
we
to be the
are
original.
plants. The sunlight does
Rob
come from the
Plant.
Father. That's the love. Just
Right.
like plants use the light
Mm.
to grow.
Right.
We grow
Thank you.
consciously. We grow in morality. We grow in our faith as we are subjecting ourselves to this. And then
He
once we
wasn't-
realize that it's out of our hands, we're just
Right.
fucking batteries. Don't worry about it. Enjoy it. Be nice to
Yep.
each other. Period.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Grow
why I say
stronger.
before any books were made, it was clear thought. It was
Yeah.
all what you wanted to think it up. You wanted to look forward. You wanted to go get a drink of water. You knew that you had to go get a fucking drink of water.
And you
You know
knew
what I mean?
how
As soon
to
as that
be.
laziness was taken away, that's how your mind gets mumble jumbled. That's why I don't like the books. I know we learn it from them, but for open-minded thought, we take what we learn, just like from our past. How we're supposed to look into our past only for knowledge, not what happened to me and who did this and so I can't
That's the
believe I
wrong
did
path.
this, right?
Yeah.
We're supposed to learn only from that. That is our knowledge. That's our
Mm.
knowledge banks is our past, right? But they get us scared of our past, so we don't tap into our knowledge. And that's why I let all my past go, and I jumped out of the matrix a while ago, but through acceptance into the open-minded thinking, so people can start using their minds again, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
If we're wrong, we're wrong. If not, we watch sci-fi movies. Why can't we make a sci-fi up in our own mind, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I think Anthony thinks those ley lines are the actual hydro cables from this mechanical Earth.
It's the circuits. It's the circuitry. It's the rat races that direct the energy. And that I wanted to answer Max's question. That Coriolis effect that has nothing to do with a spinning globe. It has to do with the energy around us is spinning, because that's also what makes time happen. That's what makes things age, as they're constantly subjected to a frequency. It's the Schumann resonance, as Critical was saying. That is what pushes us and progresses us through our experience. But our experience is based on, they say the more time you have at something, the more experience you have. Well, literally, that frequency that spins, if you look at a sine wave, if you imagine that a sine wave is just a slice of the spiral of that radio frequency. So that radio frequency is everywhere spinning. That's what makes water spin a certain way down a toilet. It has nothing to do with being on the equator and the way that the shit's spinning. It has everything to do with what makes a compass work, what makes GPS work. They just calculate time and space to know where the same point is, even though there's this constant movement of frequency everywhere.
Yeah, nothing's at rest. They know that. Yeah.
Nothing's at rest.
Everything I can think about a battery, how they slowly figured out this world as we diminished the stuff. It's almost like, from what I know about how they advanced to lithium and ions and all this stuff, the ocean water. That's why I like that vision. I'm going to have some good meditation later. The ocean water, and then taking all these particulates
Well,
just
dude,
to keep
what's in a battery? Salt water and plates. What do we call the land masses in the salt water? Tectonic what?
Right.
Yeah.
It's a
And then
giant
we got
fucking battery,
acid,
dude.
acid and alkaline,
Tectonic
right?
what? Oh, yeah.
Plates.
Tectonic plates.
Yeah.
Just like in a battery, there's
Okay.
plates. They're conductive plates, but it's you would call it, basically
Yes,
your
we are
elements or your
electric. We are
anodes and cathodes.
frequency. We are
If we
all
weren't-
frequency energy. Everything is
Right.
aquatic.
If we weren't in this
Everything
meat
around
suit,
us.
we'd totally understand.
Hey,
Right?
I wanted to give everybody a little tip. I don't know if you want to or not, but this guy that I watch, his name is Mark Boleski, something like that, and he talks about all this stuff in crystals and eating, healthy, just all this stuff. He's a cool guy. He's a healer. He's helped people that would never even probably anyways, he's written books. He's really amazing. But anyways, now I tried this and it really is amazing. So if you need to clear the energy of where you are, because I go and I stay at other people's homes, and watch and dog sit and watch your children and all that stuff. And then in my own home, it seems to be the place for other family members, like my niece, if there's drama or whatever. Everybody kind of runs to this house. So I need to clear some of that energy because it just
Thank you,
stays
Cameron.
stagnant. But if you don't have like a way to get to like an all natural health food store or whatever, to where you could go and get sage and you're burning sage in your house or anything like that, a really easy thing if you guys, and it also helps with the energy of your water. Because you can touch your water, tell your water you love it, it's healthy, thank you for everything you do, and change it the way that it's made very easily. But a lemon, just get a lemon, and if you go to the store, just pick them up and put in your hand and see which one feels good to you. Now, I'm not saying that they're all going to be organic lemons there, but there could be some that are good. Hopefully they don't come already pre-bagged, like you can actually pick them up and touch them. But you take a lemon and you put it in these areas of your home, whether it's your living room, your kitchen. I actually have one in my bedroom and in the kitchen. And it's amazing the difference in colors. No, you don't cut it open. You just leave it whole. And he's had his for so long that it's turned colors, but it's not completely rotted. And because the area he has it, he does a lot of cleaning. He sages and he has crystals and stuff like that. And the sunlight comes through the windows. But you can hear the seeds in there. It just hollowed out. Now I had 2 lemons here, and this is no joke, you guys. And one in my bedroom, and one in the main kitchen, between the kitchen and the dining. And I have this tall table that I always eat and stand at and whatever. I left for 2 weeks, and my brother and my niece and my great nephew and some other people had been to this house when I was gone. And when I left, that thing had already been there for a few weeks and wasn't really, but changing colors just a little bit. That thing was rotted out when I came home, you guys. And the one in my bedroom wasn't. So I went, okay, this is definitely working. So I went to the store and I got some new lemons. And I've had those lemons now over a week. And lemons they're pretty good for staying or whatever. But I have them by the water that I drink on the tall table, and I just pick it up and put it in my hand and feel the energy and tell it thank you for everything that it absorbs and taking away any negativity that's in the home. And it's amazing, you guys. And I have that one in my bedroom, and it's still pretty much, it's a little bit discolored, but it's not, it's not bright yellow. But so now I have a new one in my. But you guys, it's pretty fascinating. And it's just a lemon, but it holds a certain frequency, and it can take all that negative energy away from your surroundings. So I thought that was pretty cool if you want to try it.
Yeah, it's worth a try. Yeah.
And my mom was like, oh, you're weird or whatever. And she saw the difference in color. I said, look at this. And then look at the one that was in my room. And you're telling me that this didn't fit. Maybe you can make a million excuses and say, oh, it's the kitchen and we have the window right there to the back porch, or there's a skylight over there, or whatever.
Yeah,
I
cool.
could move it
That's
to a different
a
area.
matrix mind will think that, We feel our way, so we think, oh, it feels right. it's working.
Exactly.
Mm.
So whether or not I'm doing that with that lemon or that lemon is just naturally doing that,
Yeah.
I feel like
That's
it's
the
really working.
paradox. Yeah.
And it's very inexpensive, and you don't have to go buy a big chunk of sage. I'm not saying, don't use sage, but,
Yeah.
a big chunk of sage and cleanse your whole house that way, or any expensive oils or anything. You could just get a lemon. And I
Makes
I
sense.
took the lemon with me when I traveled to my friend Kim's house. I took a lemon with me.
Yeah.
But I left it at her house, you guys, because I felt like I needed to. I don't know.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Like I just put a lemon out and it's by all of her
Mm.
stuff. And then when they get home and then they're home and their kids, it could take some of whatever
So
they
you-
brought home.
So you just put this lemon inside your house to suck up all the lemon, and then you just drop your lemon at somebody else's house. That's
No,
pretty,
no, I brought them a new lemon.
That's optional.
Boy.
that's
Nah,
your voodoo
I
child.
got, no, I brought them a new lemon that I brought with me. And I pick them up and hold them in my hands, and some of them may feel they do. I know, and there may be a little cool if
Yeah.
your
Feel
grocery
the
store is cool,
vibration.
but I can feel the energy and the shape of them when I put it in my hand. Just like when you pick out crystals, I don't think that there's truly a science to it. Like some people say, oh, and this. No, I think pick it up, put it in your hand, and if it feels good and it feels like a good energy, then that's probably for you. And if you don't feel anything, or you actually you close your eyes and feel weird, then probably not for you. I mean, and people try to get these big, huge crystals. Well, that might be too much for you. You might just need a teeny little one, something like that.
Yeah. Can't afford it. Yeah. Cheap
Yeah,
lemon.
exactly. Yeah. So a little lemon, could work just as well as these. I try to get. I think the littler my fruit, the more my brain goes, okay, that's more natural. Because, strawberries are called berries for a reason. They're actually very teeny. If you do some research and look at real berries, or if you've ever tried to grow strawberries, you'll know that they're actually pretty small. These gigantoids that they have in our grocery stores have been modified for so many years. People think, oh, look at this giant strawberry. Well, is it white inside and is it tasteless? Are you making it up because it smells like strawberries? I can go in a fragrance store that smells like fruits and feel like I could taste it probably if I really try, So,
Yeah.
is it tasteless? That's, like the tomatoes that they sell in the grocery stores, tasteless. If you get one that's grown by somebody that's organic, they're smaller and you cut it open and they're red inside and you can smell it. It will make your mouth water. There's a certain natural aroma to it.
Yeah.
So strawberries are really actually very teeny, a real strawberry. Not teeny, but they're a berry.
Oh, good morning, Jackie.
Jackie's getting in the house.
Oh, she slept in.
She's getting in the house. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Harvest Moon made her sleep in.
Yeah, there you go. Good. She needs her rest. She works a lot.
I know.
I'm so excited for them. They close on their house end of the month.
Yeah. On the 13th.
I seen you, Jackie, just before I went to bed last night.
And beautiful Donna is going to go and be a guest there. I think that's so
Really?
wonderful.
Oh.
Yeah, how cool is that, you guys?
Oh,
I
that's
know.
great.
So they're actually doing it, you guys. They're doing it. They're getting out there and they're meeting each other and they're, I love it.
Hats off. Yeah, hats off. Donna.
Woohoo! Yeah. Oh, I forgot I got another dentist appointment tomorrow.
I'm just looking at the chat now. Yeah, J-Mo, exactly. A real strawberry is about the size of a thumbnail. Yeah.
What happened to J-Mo? Oh.
Is he not on the panel?
No, that's what I was looking at it, I was thinking, what's different here?
Throw a link. Maybe the babies woke up. throw a link. Maybe he got.
Yeah, might have got booted or.
Oh, Kip. Oh, if you're
Oh yeah, you
still
got
here,
bumps.
yes.
Oh yeah,
Led Zeppelin. LED
LED.
Zeppelin.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah,
Ooh. Yeah, you
in your
know it.
face. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Break it on down. I might start doing coded videos. Just once I get it all in my head, just to show
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
further of
Yeah.
how I percept this stuff.
How
Like, I
many
can
of
break
you
down-
guys get numbers daily, codes? Do you get
I do it.
them daily?
Yeah, even
Yeah.
there, I've got. Yeah, it's
Oh,
one for
right now, I just looked at the
14:44.
clock and it says
Yeah.
9:44. Yeah. And then
I
if
get
you
them all
do
day long.
military time, if you switch it over to their military time, I get, because it's
24
the 13th hour or whatever, I
Yeah.
get major
Yeah.
codes that way too. So it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I can switch it up. I can go to the
10:22,
grocery
I get a
store.
lot as well.
Yes, I've
It's
been
a
getting a lot
40
of
and a 4 month.
22s.
A lot of intuition
Mm-hmm.
this month, the whole month.
Did you?
22nd is going to be like Mercury, I think's around, and that's the messenger as
Yeah,
well. So
I really believe that we are
You've been-
breaking these codes, you guys. And
Yeah.
the eight
Yeah.
was, I
Eight.
watched a very interesting video yesterday that I linked to a friend of ours, N.A. Faye, but it's about breaking the eight. The eight was
Yeah.
what the darkness had brought in, so we couldn't get to that 9. So it puts you in a loop. And the 8, that loop
You
is
need
being
3
broken
eights.
right now. So if
8,
you're
8,
getting
8.
all these 8s, yep, I'm getting all these 8s all the time too. Like I went to the driver's license place and I walked in and my timestamp was 3:33 and 30 seconds. I mean, you can't make that
Yeah.
shit up.
Yeah, there's a design. Yeah.
The totals, the numbers on my receipts were all my numbers. They were all syncing up. I go to the grocery store, my total might change, the cashier, the number of her register or her or whatever. They're all within the same
You're on the
number
algorithm. You know you're
sequences
in.
that I'm
Yeah.
getting. Mm-hmm.
I see that as a 369 algorithm because that's what I
That's what they
That's
broke.
fine.
They broke the 369 by putting in
Yeah.
the 8 that puts you on a continuous loop.
Yeah.
And
Puts you on
with
that
all
loop.
these people becoming aware, it's breaking that 8, that loop that everybody's on. So we can get to that 9, which 9 is divine, is what I always have told myself.
Yeah, well, I
so-
see it like this, right? The first 8 is like that hourglass. So you're stuck in time, and then you do 8, 8, then you can switch it to infinity, but you're still stuck. But 3 8s, you can make the seed of life into the flower of life, and that will cover the whole
Yes.
circle. So now you can get to the 9 like that, the design. Which is
Yes,
the 3
there you
and you're
go.
seeing 3 for 3.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about what you're talking about 8? You realize that 8 hertz is the Schumann
Yeah.
resonance, right?
Mm.
And you
Yes.
realize that an 8 bits is a byte. That's why there's a byte out of an Apple for an Apple computer. That's the first packet size that computers work with, 8 bits, right? Because everything is made up of 8 ones or zeros. And then that makes a letter or a number or a symbol that can be created into something that we can perceive, right? But like an 8-bit computer became a 16-bit computer, 2 8s became actually a 32-bit computer, because it doubles. And then that became a 64-bit computer. And now, pretty soon, what they're trying to do is get a frequency that's so fast.
It's the doubling sequence that
And
is 1, 2,
they've
4, 8,
realized how to do it. They don't have to create a computer chip that can go that fast. Quantum computers are nothing more than multiple computers working in series that are slightly offset to create a frequency that is higher resonating than one could. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's all quantum computers are. That's why
so
you can use a regular ass computer to write quantum computer programming. Because if it was fundamentally different, you wouldn't be able to do that. And yes, they could probably make a program that could translate it from one normal system to that, but that's not how it works. It's not like that. You can just write that shit on a computer that's not quantum, just a standard computer, send it to it, because basically quantum computers are just like Hadoop loops or Beowulf clusters. That's it. And it's just a better operating system to make them work with more. Not only are they instead of using them to actually run through data, they're using them to generate data and then decode good data from it, scuff the rest, and say that shit's connecting to some other dimension. Like, that's all it is.
Oh,
Period.
that's cool how Anthony brings it in. As their quantums are coming together with the natural quantums, it's going to make this reset shit just kick boom, right? If it does happen, you see how that could come together, the two worlds colliding.
They're trying to decipher. Well, see, that's the thing. If you can get a frequency, and how someone was saying that matter doesn't exist, it's just frequency, high frequency energy. You can send energy along a conduit. You must have a conductor to use energy. You can't run Windows without a fucking computer, right? You need matter. Do you know what I mean? You need matter. And matter is the battery. That is the earth. It's not round or flat. It's a fucking battery. We are computers. We are nothing more than semiconductors making this work. We make it work. We are the system components, right? When one of our components goes out, a new component comes to pick up where it left off and take its job over. We're just threads
The
on a fucking
original
processor.
intelligence.
The life
That's
spark,
all it is.
right? The spark of life.
And honestly, how we were talking about how we're constantly changing, maybe we do go
the
bipolar
spark of
every
divinity.
instance. Pop, 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 pop. What is above is plus, and then what is below is minus, and all of a sudden it flips. It just constantly flips. And that's what's dragging the sun around to follow that energy, that electromagnetic field that is pulling it to go. That's what counterclockwise is, because that's what that energy does. It goes around us inside the sphere like that, down in the ocean, goes by the other one, comes up. And that's the balance of energy that we exist in. But not only energy, that means there's a balance of consciousness. Because consciousness is energy, which means there's not a bunch of fucking dimensions. There's this one, and there's the one that is in technical opposite or complete abstract of this. And then, because of the way our minds work as just software, we can constantly amend our reality to become any part of the gradient scale between the super positive and the super negative. And since it's in a constant state of inconsistency, that's why we struggle so hard to maintain stability in our environment. The reason we're a product of our environment is changing thousands of times a second now. And we struggle to maintain consistency. And that's why everything is everything.
Yeah,
Especially with that false sense of security and false pursuit of happiness that's already there, right? It throws you for a loop. You're trying to get it, but you already got it. While you're trying to figure out life at the same time.
What you're trying to figure out, you are the answer.
Right.
Do you? You're it. Just don't be a dick.
Yeah. Right. Just know that you're not going to harm yourself or anybody or lead, you know.
Yeah. What is
That's all you
greatness?
have to
If
do.
being greatness means you're a piece of shit, that ain't greatness. Righteousness. Be righteous. And it's not easy, which if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth doing. Everybody'd be doing it, and it would just be like, you know.
Please be nice, everybody.
Exactly. Everybody has to learn about computers. It's Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Even
Everybody's
me.
got to learn about computers.
I had to learn. That was the last thing
Listen,
I wanted to do ever.
I don't mean learn how to do Facebook and YouTube and that shit. I mean learn how to code. Learn how to make a computer do whatever the fuck you want it to do, because they have enslaved us in the system. Bill Gates said it best. Computers only exist to solve problems that don't exist yet. So what that means is computers only solve the problems that they create. Just like guns. You don't need a fucking gun to defend yourself if nobody had fucking guns. Guns are made to solve the problem they create. Is that what they call a double-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
Everything's good or bad. It's all about the hands of the human being. And we are in constant struggle with being good or bad. Because of that constant polarity, we are just a fucking battery. Like it's not, everybody like overthinks it, right? Everybody overthinks it. We're just batteries. We are little circuits that are programmed to do. Now, and I'm not saying that we're amazing circuits, mind you. Look around you. The shit is nuts. But the first consciousness, the first thing to manipulate this energy and form it into what our reality is, God was the first programmer. The thing they say in programming, like we stand on the shoulders of giants. That means motherfuckers wrote programs like Linux. I didn't make Linux, but I make shit with Linux. Do you know what I'm saying? I didn't make the codes, all these software languages, but I make functionable thoughts processes with them that affect computers the way I need it to do it. That's what everybody needs to do. And everybody's understanding must come down to that of it's all computer science. It's all computer science. It's all matter and electricity. And circuitry is nothing more than how you conduct yourself or conduct your energy through this circuit. What are you going to switch on? What are you going to switch off? It's that fucking easy.
That's a 0 and a 1.
So when they toxify our battery, we don't. That's why we don't function right. You know what I mean?
They're trying to short us out, man.
Short circuit,
Right.
yeah.
They're trying to short us out. That's what all this mental illness is on the rise. I drive through where I live, and every doctor's place I see has some shit that says, having mental health issues, contact us today. We'll get you on some sweet ass pharmaceutical drugs and make you a real batshit crazy fucking mess. Basically is what I get from it. But it doesn't say that, but that's what they say.
Well,
And it's funny because they think people that talk about the things we talk about are crazy people.
Right.
What the fuck makes us crazy?
So, I think that's why they make assistants pretty much a career choice now, right? So you dumb that whole family down for the lifetime. You know what I mean? You give them assistance, everybody just sits around. Nobody wants to evolve.
See, that shit's not for me, man. I don't vote. I'm not a government dude. I don't want no handouts from the government. And honestly, the whole thing is a fucking sham. Like, they just take your money. The government doesn't do anything for you except take from you and then give you stipulations on what they're going to do with the money they took for you to build systems for all of us. That's their job. The government is nothing more than the people that handle what we give them, and they're the ones who are supposed to direct it. And whenever they fuck up, we are what governs our government. Our government doesn't tell us what to do. We fucking control the government. Why do we not fucking act like it? For real. Whenever we start acting like it, and whenever we take back control, that's when everything can be made into whatever we want it to be. If we sit around complacently talking, making videos about it and shit, I get it. But at some point, we've got to stop talking about it and we've got to apply ourselves. And honestly, it's almost too late. Everybody needs to just get on the shit I'm talking about. Learn programming, learn computers, learn about the deep web, learn about how the fucking internet works. You get on the internet every fucking day. How many people know how the fucking internet works?
Learn how to garden.
Oh, definitely. You should already know that shit, dude. That's shit that you should know. Computers are new. Having to eat's not new, but that's 100% more important than knowing how to fucking compute. For surviving, food. You can grow food. It's your right when you're hungry to forage on this here and go find food and create it or whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
That's your human right. Everybody has that right. And the government thinks that because we give them money to make roads and shit, that now they have control over our health choices, our education of our children, how we raise our children, what the fuck, where you go to work, shit like policies over how you do things that have nothing to do with anything that is of a real concern. It's just because the government has an agenda and they want everybody to follow it. And it's 100% obvious today, more than ever. Like, It's not even like, oh, I seen this movie and it kind of talked about it and haha, that could be real. No, motherfuckers, it's real. Look around you.
We're in this point of where all dystopian novels that we've read
are 100% reality, dude. Yeah, it's reality.
Inside all of them.
It was the pre-gaming manual to be like, oh, hey, this is really going to happen, but haha, this is fiction. Yeah, there's too many coincidences, man.
An Orwellian, Asimov, everything. It's everything.
Code 333.
Right, I'm at.
I
I want to go and eat some food now. I need my breakfast.
Oh.
So much love, everyone.
Okay, thanks,
Sorry,
brother.
Jackie.
Hey,
Much
See,
love.
11:11, man. Nice to talk to you, man.
He's having
Yeah, nice to speak
breakfast
to you all. Yeah,
at
Thanks.
3:30.
yeah. Breakfast at this time.
Okay, have a good
Right.
one.
See you all
See you
soon.
later, Code.
It just looked like he
Bye,
was
bye,
pointing to
bye.
me. I'm like, this is like the Brady Bunch, and I'm like the sibling. He's like, that's Brady. I'm like, what the
There you
fuck?
I don't know why.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to go grab up some babies. Well, yeah, it's time. It looks like I got the babies a stirring, but
Thanks
always
for
a good time, Matrix Man. Nice to see you, Jackie. How you doing?
having me. Good.
And Voynich, always a pleasure, my man. Glad to hear you're getting some rain for them vegetables.
Right?
It just means you don't have to carry water, man, right? But then it also means you got to pull all the weeds. So enjoy that. If you just water your plants, they do wonderfully well, but it's hard work. If you don't have to water your plants, you got to pull all the weeds that get watered naturally. So it's always this never-ending thing, isn't it?
You know how to garden.
Yeah, man.
Just remember,
Dude.
if you have hard ground, dandelions and weeds like that actually give you irrigation.
Dude, that's 100% accurate because where I wasn't brush hogging around my shit, our
Mhm.
garden did much better
Mhm.
not having the constant like mowing around it, blowing the grass seed into
Yeah.
it, and it have these weeds that also certain things, the very prickly thistle growing in things as weeds kept animals like rabbits and things from approaching and eating
Yeah.
beans and stuff that were inside of them.
Mhm.
So it was very, you just got to do it.
It
But
allows
yes.
more water and air to break down the nutrients so the microbes can start eating away at the stuff and doing their thing, right?
And it makes it so much easier for the roots of your plants to penetrate so that your plant can get
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah.
For sure, dude.
The fur.
Like, definitely. And you know what? We should start talking about that
Is Critical
shit.
still there? Oh,
Dude, I don't know.
Oh, here
it
it's
kicked
coming.
me out too. There you go.
there it goes.
All right, guys. I have to go. I apologize, but nice to talk to all of you. Have a wonderful day. God bless. Bye bye.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm glad to come up, Jay.
Yay, J-Mo. Go get those babies.
Don't you love getting your mind
Hi, Jackie.
expanded? Right?
Like a rubber band.
Yeah, it's better like rather than watch it in a movie. You can hear it from somebody and trust that their brain is thinking, and that somebody's not scared to actually think outside the box and open the mind to possibilities, chances, whatever it may be. The mind is actually open and looking where it should be, right? Looking for that next. Just like when I think when the earth was just trees and water.
Yeah.
You were trying to find something to do to occupy your time, right? Unless your stomach was growling or you had to build something, you're traveling. You always had to think, like look ahead, but not into 10 years in the future because you got to make it through that freaking first day, right?
Yep.
Day by day, but like with your intuition, knowing that you're going to stay on course for your future, right? As that person of your normal self.
We were talking about gardens, and our garden just finished up, and we ended up the last probably month we kind of let it weed up pretty good, which was good, like you said, because it's been so dry here. But let me turn my I'll show you some of. I'm sitting here next to them. That's what made me think about it. Hold on, put my camera.
Dr.
So we got a beautiful potato harvest. We got
that's nice.
2 bushelfuls of potatoes, and this is the first time I've ever gardened, really. So, but Josh said this is because of the love that me and his girls put in as we planted these potatoes, and we really nurtured them this year compared to past years. We got two layers of the bins here full of potatoes. And then our tomatoes did super good too. But you know what we did is our tomatoes we put in in the backyard, not with the garden because the garden is full sun. We put it between 2 trees. We made like a tomato area, and he planted them all real close together. So you had the grouping method where they kind of hold each other up instead of spreading them out. Like we still use cages, but it only got part sun the whole time. They did so much better and so much just didn't dry out, and so much. We were just surprised that you didn't need very much sun to grow them tomatoes really huge and healthy. We have a ton of them. His mom just canned a bunch of them.
Right on.
Yeah, so we're excited about
See,
it.
that's the best part about tomatoes. They get a little soft, you can still can them, right?
Yeah.
It's tough to eat them on a sandwich, but
Yeah, it's okay. There's lots of other uses for them. And we're going camping today, so I'm just going to pop on for a minute here because he's working this morning, doing a couple jobs, and then I have to get to the grocery store to get camp food, and we're camping in on a lake called Lake Mississinawa because everything in Indiana has like these long Indian names, you know, with his family. So I'll be there Thursday and Friday, and then they're all going to be there until Monday. I have to work Saturday.
I always like these
Monday.
long Indian names. What's it
I
called again?
know. Mississinawa.
Mississinawa.
Yeah, Lake Mississinawa.
And it's also nice to see that so many people in this community seem to do something about the garden, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Flowing to the down to earth people.
Yeah.
You know what they say? Down like the normality.
Yeah.
Not everybody, but a lot of people are into gardening and into homesteading, and not in a maniacal way, but just like in a natural way, like something that you do, right?
Yeah.
Me, not so much. I play around with it. I did it a few years ago, and it's, I had to travel to get to my garden, and I found out that if I do it on my balcony, it's easier for me. I'd rather garden next to my door than travel a few miles to get there. So that was some sort of a threshold for me. I noticed, and but yeah, it's a natural thing to do.
I literally just said.
Well, I'm slowly converting my yard into. I have to slowly work it through the wife so she doesn't realize what I'm doing. Right. I took over, but she thinks she's the captain of this ship.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how you work.
I always tell her, you don't even know how much brain power I have, lady. She's a hard worker, but she's not a thinker. She can be a manager at Walmart, but not manage stress and stuff, right? Because it's like a working addiction.
Yeah.
You used to probably have people at the hospital that don't mind doing 16-hour shift because they know their money in their bank's going to get bigger, right?
Right.
I'm only here for the money. I'm not here to be a person.
Let them think it's her. let those think it's their own doing and their own ideas, and then they feel like, "Ooh, I did this," when really, you did it, and then you're just like, "Doo-doo."
Yeah. That's the only time I use reverse psychology is on my family.
Did you find it?
I use it on my kids all the time. Like Richie from Boston. Like it or don't. Watch it or don't. He tricks the people into, right? No, I don't care.
I don't care.
Right? So that's why I tell the kids, I say.
People are like,
they're
like, watch this video.
I know, I don't fall for that stuff.
Make it go viral. Watch this video right now before it gets taken down. Make it go viral. And then 5 days later, it's the same video. And you're just like, I don't know where it went. It's going to be a great day. We're going to make it wonderful for everybody and everybody around us and each experience that we have. That we are the flow, we are the movement, we are the energy that they're going to experience, and it's all going to be okay.
Need to connect. That's the one thing I always leave in my gardens. I leave the clover. Clover, if you put that to the ground, you got all that nitrogen for the next year, plus the clover roots, and you bring pollinators all around your cucumber plants and everything. Right, so it's a bonus.
People used to grow dandelion, like you guys were talking about, and the thistle was very normal and natural, and it was abundant. And then they started giving people. Am I robotic?
A little bit.
Yeah, I kind of hear that. Then they started manicuring, putting on the television, tell lies to my vision, that the people that were doing well had these homes with these manicured gardens and
Right.
homes. So they were making all these weed killers, and that was the main weed that they were trying to kill is these dandelions. They made it to where it was a nuisance when really it was abundant and there for us that we could eat it in our salads or make teas or whatever. But people started killing the root and wanting it removed so they could have these perfectly maintenance yards. So that made them think, oh look, I'm doing so well. I have my meat, my potatoes, my vegetable, whatever they tell me from my diet. My home looks like this, and they started that like I believe before I was born. I want to say in the 50s. I watched this whole thing. It's called Autodidactic or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Very interesting, the research that he did and how the CIA was involved with that program and making people think that they were doing well with their work and their lives. If their houses were a certain standard, their yards were a certain way, you were just total trash if you let weeds grow in your lawn kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't want us to have those dandelions for our health benefits. I love dandelions. Hi, little angel. What you do? And then a butterfly just came flying up right when I was talking about that.
That's
Right
good.
to me and my dog. I know. I love it.
I have a friend that has a blue jay that follows him around no matter where he goes.
I think that's so cool. I love
It
it.
yells at him. He'll call me. He'll be
Oh, really?
out on the lake, and I'll be sitting there. And he goes, I hear it. I'm like, is that same blue jay? He goes, I swear it is, man. And he'll go walking on a trail, and he goes, I can't go anywhere without this blue jay screaming at him. And I said, well, it's
They
not.
are very vocal.
They're not nesting though this time of year. I don't think.
They're very
So it's just.
vocal, and they're like
Mm-hmm.
the gangs of the other. They're like my mom and I call them the Crips because they're blue and
The blue, and then you got the robins.
and they go and they terrorize like the squirrels in their nests and
Mm-hmm.
they dive
the
down on the feral
magpies
cats.
And then the magpies
just
come and they
crazy.
kick their ass, right?
They really are rude to the other
Crows,
birds, you
yeah.
guys. All the little
Magpies.
finches and
Magpies are very offensive. They try to
they
try to
eat baby
pick
squirrels, huh?
Yeah, they pick on everybody.
I believe they do, and it really blows my mind. Why are they disrupting these squirrels' nests, and why are they dive bombing these little finches that are just trying to hang out and walk around?
And they just kill chickens just for fun,
I really believe they do, you guys, and I kept saying, why are they so mean?
The sound they make, like and they laugh, just like a harlequin, right?
Mm-hmm.
I really, I do think that
everybody, on every bird, and then every squirrel, and on every chicken. I mean, I love birds.
They're actually very intelligent. I've seen this thing on one of the channels where they set up these little puzzles.
But they're dicks.
They are.
Yeah.
But they're also multidimensional. They're multidimensional. That's where the whole omen thing came from, and all that stuff.
I think so.
It's been around a long time.
Birds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we called the Blue Jays the Crips because they are definitely a gang of their own, and then the crows come, and it's wild how they dive on everything. It's really funny to them when they swoop down on a cat or something, and the cat's like, "Wah!"
Yeah, they try to get me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what are these? But
did you feed your
there's not
squirrels and your chipmunks today?
No, I haven't been out there. It was too cold for my tailbone. I stand out there. I'm like,
Oh.
whoa, man, I can't even get comfortable.
Oh.
Oh, we lost somebody.
Yeah, it's trying to boot me out too. I think it's getting robotic on me. I'll dip down and
I
get
see
back
where
in
at.
chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna do another 20 minutes or so.
Thank you so much. Okay.
No problem. I like it.
Ciao, Jackie.
Okay, Jackie, have a great day. And I guess you guys will be going live from camping tonight or tomorrow. I guess again, we did one camping this year, and our lakes are flooded.
There goes
Hey,
Lenny.
that didn't work. Huh. Let's try this again. Add to stream. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I know my chipmunk. I've been wrestling my chipmunk quite a bit. Oh, it dropped off again. Yeah. Heidi has the best energy. It seems like the open-mindedness, awareness, the AI or whatever, the watcher don't like it that much.
Oh, well.
Yeah, that would be neat, J-Mo. It seems like every campground I go to now, you have Wi-Fi out into the bush. It's crazy, man, how far you can just walk around. It's like, oh, man, am I doing this when I'm out in the wilderness? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What a feeling. I'm like, I was talking on a live stream to people that one time. I'm thinking, what am I doing? I'm on live stream out in the bush with no connection. You know what I mean? Using Wi-Fi from this.
Sort of feels like blasphemous, right?
Yeah.
So you shouldn't combine these things. Yeah, I get that. I understand that, yeah.
Somebody's mind and altered away from, the torture of the mainstream. That's torture.
It is.
That's torture, and that's what my one thing. You take a mind off that torture, and you actually take your life back, just one step at a time, and then it'll just all the realizations will just start, unwinding for you.
No, it will come looking for you, no matter how far you.
Yeah, if you fight off, you can only fight off reality so long. But if you
I mean, I isolated myself, and the world came looking for me. I mean, misery really came looking for me, really ringing at my door. So, oh, you sort of chopped out.
But
yeah.
The energy was kind of ticked off at me, I feel. 'Cause I was drinking and I wasn't paying attention to stuff. I just thought I was doing good. But I was still being a good person. I'd still give the shirt off my back. I'd give them some of my toque or my mitts if I seen that they needed them. But I wasn't focusing on the proper things. Authentic Max, if in other words, right now the body of Christ is awakening. It's awakening. It's just how many little ticks can people take before they, it's like somebody flicking you in the ear before you turn your head and go, what the fuck?
Yeah, right.
There's got to be enough people saying, hey, this is fake, this is that. We need to fucking do something. And it's got to be a slow process so not everybody understands what's going on.
Yeah.
Right? And then, like they say, nothing's going to change. People are just going to beg for the change. Right? Everybody's looking for this big blah, blah, blah.
It's not going to happen like that, right? It's not going to happen if you're going to protest in the street. If everybody was going to protest in the street, nothing would change.
Nothing would change, no.
And if everybody would protest the street tomorrow and the day after again, and for the whole week and for 6 weeks, nothing would change.
Right, because nobody's understanding.
Because you got to come up with something else. Protesting
Right.
would work if before that something similar had worked too. But you
Well,
know,
the protests after the chaos starts
that-
are going to be about.
they've been protesting for over a year in Paris. So and what has
Mhm.
changed? I mean, it's getting quite ridiculous, redonkulous. I mean, I support the protest, but it's not changing anything.
No, once you see that, it's never really changed anything.
Yeah. You gotta bring your guns.
The only protest that will change something is after this chaos starts from the BLM and all that stuff. Then the group that's behind it's going to have their banners and all the stuff about the world change. That's going to be the only protest that changed this world. That's going to get everybody in on it. You see what I mean? That's going to be the one that for the history books, right? The world got so bad that everybody was out in the street protesting. And we changed the world to this one world.
Yeah.
Equality.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But mistake you not, because what's happening now is what should be happening according to plan. And it's not a one world order that's going to take over. They need these local leaders to rise. They need to see what is local because they don't know what is local.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to see how many leaders will rise and how many leaders. And so first of all these leaders will rise. Of course, some controlled opposition and some natural leaders will arise. And then they will plan the strategies again. But this has to happen first. First, all these local heroes have to arise and have to consolidate, like or crystallize, right? And then things get calmed again.
Mm-hmm. And people go back to sleep.
No, then the world can be rearranged according to those localities, right? To those local leaders, because they lead the new revolution, and the new revolution needs to be like.
Are you talking about?
It needs to be grassroots, but it's going to be harvested by the new world order.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they need this rise up.
Need to connect. Are you talking about Kaufman, Dr. K? Does anybody, just in case anybody who watches stuff, these people in places, Dr. Kaufman with man or son at the end of the names, Mickelson, 1968. Everybody getting it? Mickelson, he's the head of the fucking Purell hand sanitizer, and this happens to be friends with Richie Boston. You know what I mean? You got to link it all together. Your stomach is, you're thinking right, though. Anything with Sun, Man, 33, CC, the same, if your name was Venus Voynich, that's your VV code. That's their things, right? If the first name starts with an S and the last name starts with an S, it's all coded too.
Oh yeah, VV certainly code. Voynich Voy. Yeah.
So it would have to be, and then that's coded. So and then you get anything CC is 33 because the C is 3 and 3 is 3. Any words that add up to 33 or whatever numbers, their favorite numbers. There's so much. That's why I could put my mind to this. I could never stand it and speak if I wasn't sure. If I didn't do the nitty gritty 5 years of hard research.
Yeah. Well, my number has always been 7. It's hard to escape for me. I told you before, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So my first name adds up to 313, which is a prime, and my surname adds up to 997, which is a prime too, and they both end up 7. So and then my name is Seth, which also sounds like 7, in French. And the building I live in is shaped like a 7. I live on the 7th floor. 7th door from the left, 7th door from the right. It's really crazy. And since they refurbished the building, when you enter the doors, the main entrances, they both have this big 7 on the door. It's really crazy. It's really crazy.
Yeah, it is neat to piece stuff together. I may do some videos on it one day. Is that Lalas? Is that a Dilaudid you're talking about when I say dill? I don't know. In my brain, I'd see that you're taking a strong Dilaudid and you're about to kill some pain for the day. But I do feel for you because I got that. Like I said, all of a sudden, my hips didn't work. All of a sudden, my hips just went. I know I've had some accidents and wipeouts and shit, but it's never like this. It's like a slipping transmission, but we want to have surgery on you. No, you're not operating on my fucking spine.
On your spine? No, rather not. No.
Yeah, it's right up my my lumbar where I got my osteoarthritis at my waistline. And they wanted, I'm like, plus I got double sciatica, and I could deal with that. I got sciatica shot. It's stronger down my left leg than my right, but I get zapped right down to my toe. But you work hard, you play hard, right?
Yeah.
I deserve all the pain that I get because I experience life to the fullest. So I can't think that I didn't deserve it, right? Because nobody really told me if you wear your knees out, nobody ever said that. I just went hard.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, oh, what do you mean I had blue cartilage? What do you mean I need an operation to get my knee cleaned? Like, shit. And nobody told me that. I would have took better care of them.
They told me when I had to serve in the army, like, don't take those high jumps because, there's a lot of guys that were like, that didn't even last 4 years because they jumped out of the car. It's simple as that. Because they constantly jump out of a truck.
I'm gonna
from about 3 feet high.
I'm gonna have to let this go, people.
Okay.
I'll talk to you after.
Ciao.
Oh, shoot. Oh, 1 second. That hung up. I'm gonna have to call it back in a bit. What time is it? It's not quite 20 after. I'll call it back.
What's that? Your job application?
It could be, yeah. But I'll call it back. I'm not sure if that was the number at all, but didn't mean to hit that. But now that the summertime's going and it's cooling off, though, there's a lot of jobs that'll open up.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that heat, people just stand around and stuff. But there's a voicemail anyways. Yeah, tomorrow, I don't have dentist till 11, so we'll go live for a couple more hours tomorrow.
In the morning. The dentist is near your house, right? It's in the same...
Yep, it's just straight down my road.
Yeah.
I just hop on my electronic bike and just zoom right straight down. I go 32 kilometers an hour. That's fast enough for me in the city.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lalas. I know I've had 20. Can you imagine, man, I can build any building from the ground up. I'm talking skyscraper, right? I've been in the ground 60 feet in the ground, putting elevator shafts in, people, just so you know how my brain works. And we're working our way up. I usually leave once they start doing the cement work because next job, I don't like doing that. But as far as building levels and parking garage, adding on to hospitals, I've done all that. I built a casino. I worked on the bridges. I do a lot of scaffold for that stuff. So I'm watching them. Like I'm sitting there while they're doing their job, watching them what they're doing, right? Other guys would be on their phone or doing whatever, looking out into the water over the lake or I'm looking at what these guys are doing, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you get to be the jack of all trades. And go on a job and they say, "You done that before?" It's like, no, but I watched a guy do it, and just without hesitation, they're like, "Hey, I'm going to try you." And so, there's thousands of people that can do it.
Yeah.
Hockey to fit that. Everybody can play, but just that one, just that separates. Yep. Yeah, tomorrow, yeah, we'll go 7:00 Eastern every morning, and at least 2 hours every morning. It's nice. It just keeps the flow going until this. But if I get back working, I'm going to do a nighttime. I'll do a nighttime thing. Because it's nice to get everybody thinking and give them something else to do in life. Especially me. Because I'm sitting here, I think, and I sit there and I think and I think and I think, and I'm like, I wish I was talking to somebody right now. Because I want to get it off my mind. But you think I can ever bring up most of the stuff I think about? Not too often I can't. Not unless somebody sparks it, right?
These
Somebody
YouTube
says
live
that.
they are very healing for a lot of people. I mean, it is for me.
Yeah. Oh, and I can see the people that go in the big chats with 3,000. They feel like they belong to something, right?
Yeah.
Instead of really realizing that you belong to something, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I like just to bring it. Like somebody, I don't want to put myself out. I could keep the camera on me and go, "Hey, look at me." You get no way. I want everybody to get looked at and feel how I feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just being able to talk, say a word that your mind has thought up, even if it's not right. It's said.
Silly joke. It's a silly joke that people get instead of that people get it.
Eastern Authentic, Eastern Standard. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I guess I'd have EST, Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, this is wonderful. It's sometimes it's hard to believe how 3-4 hours can fly by.
Yeah.
But the best part is I hope everybody's mind it's relaxed, it's thinking, it's not caught, it's not stuck up, it's just flowing. And
I got stuck up a few days ago with my mind, because
kind of get looking at the Matrix a little bit too much.
Sorry?
You mean looking at the Matrix a little bit too much?
No, it was a sort of a personal thing that sort of like a drama queen trying to put how do you say it in English?
Mm-hmm.
Kicking a dead horse, keep pulling on a dead horse, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, come on, still playing that game again, and I was like, oh, I need to react to this, and it was such childish behavior, and that bothered my mind, but it's gone now,
Yeah, it's things you can take you out of the mindset.
Yeah.
Just like I say, I was watching. I don't even know why I stopped. I watched Rupley one time. I'm like, what am I doing? I already know what they're going to tell me. You know what I mean? A Ruppy live stream, I'm like, I already know what they're going to show me. I can't believe people keep coming back. And then I leave. But then I start thinking, oh, these guys are right. And then my head goes away from what I'm supposed to be thinking about. Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what the best part is, to give that break in the mind, and especially in the morning. And hopefully everybody gets a nice different outlook of the day. And because I do, because now I spent this time, I can justify kicking back and thinking to myself, then eventually wait for these kids to wake up and
then to imagine that people think it's sane and that you're being a good citizen if you wake up and reading the papers, like reading the paper or several papers from front to back, and that you're well informed. Doing that to yourself in the morning is like it's torture. It's actually torture.
Yep. Yes, it is.
I mean, especially with the papers today. I mean, it's really something, you know.
Remember they used to put like basketball team wins championship. They did so good. All that kind of news. That news is gone. Very cool. Well, 3:23.
3:23.
3:23 of the time. Time to head off into this day.
Okay.
See what it may bring. But
Have a good day.
it'd be nice if we show up tomorrow and talking again, brother.
Yeah, I will.
I enjoy it.
It's very likely, of course, for me to join in on your show. Always
Yes.
good to see you. And I'd like to say goodbye to Chet, to Lala, and Colorblind, and Need to Connect, of course. And
Authentic Max.
I'll see you later. See you later too, man. Ciao.
Yes, have a great day, brother. Thank you for coming, everybody. Heidi, Colorblind, Lalas. Need to Connect, Authentic. See what other people are here still. I haven't seen anybody up on the list. But I will see you all tomorrow. If you guys show up, we'll get our Friday morning in. Lots of love.